of Echoes of New Eden. Welcome our co-hosts, Taylor Rick and Crimson King. How's it going, guys?
Good, man. How you doing?
Good to be here.
Fantastic. Well, I hope you guys like the intro song. I thought it was fitting due to the current situation going on in New Eden.
It sounded rad, but I think Discord was messing with it a bit. It was a bit choppy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I unfortunately, the live audience is getting some crackling and stuff within the audio. But on my end, everything should be perfect. So if you want to hear all that again, listen to it on Apple or Spotify. It should be perfect, high quality and all that, and that's a banger too, by the way. So welcome everybody. We have a pretty hefty audience with us again tonight. Thank you all for joining. And man, we have another week of Eve Echoes news to talk about, and we have a game update with new ships and stuff. We have war news. We have some other shout outs and stuff that we're gonna do. Let me just pull up the outline. I was just winging it right there. So
this the last week or two have been absolutely crazy.
Yep, it's been a crazy week in New Eden, and and I'll give a quick shout out for our YouTube channel as well. Please like and subscribe on the YouTube channel, and if you don't care for it, you could always mute it and not get the notifications. I know some people, it annoys them. Hey, it's a thing, right? It's a thing. So I don't really care for it, but subscribing will help us out, will help the show out as far as that senior content creator level status goes for myself.
We're moving along at a pretty steady clip. We've got a good number of subscribers coming in from what I've been tracking.
About to break 500 finally.
Yeah, we could always use more.
What's funny about that is I get an email every time someone subscribes to the channel. It's just how my stuff is set up. So if you want to annoy the shit out of me, subscribe to the channel.
I'm gonna build bots to do that.
It will fill my email box. Yeah.
That's actually I just happened to think about that. I have like 2 or 3 different Gmail accounts. Every single one of those needs to go over there and subscribe. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
There you go.
Or share it with friends and family. I mean, it's the holiday season. What better gift than something that keeps on giving? Like send it to your mom or your dad or anybody get them in.
I'm not going to use any botting software, auto subscribing software or anything on the channel. I want to legit get subscribers on the channel too. So
sure,
I'm not accusing anybody else of doing that, but that is a thing on YouTube.
Yeah.
So please like and subscribe. If you're an Apple and Spotify listener, please go over to our YouTube channel. We do have other content. Taylor Rick is doing content. Crimson King is doing content every week and adding to that channel as well. So we'll have the podcast like normal. That's on everything, and then plus that additional content too. And I know Crimson's keeping it briefs aren't brief anymore. They're past 40 minutes now.
Yeah,
just like Taylor Rick's shorts. His shorts are 30 plus, and
hour and 15 minutes about dictors. I mean, yeah,
yeah. So these guys are providing content for the viewership and so on YouTube, and
whether you like it or not, we're going to keep
that.
Providing that content.
Yep.
The beatings will continue until morale improves.
Yeah. And there goes Echoes.mobi again, trying to post a kill mail that is a screenshot. So
Echoes.mobi is monitoring our on-air chat, ladies and gentlemen, and it keeps failing to post, read kill mails through all the GIFs and stuff and images.
Ladies and gentlemen, we get to see if I'm about ready to get killed. My wife has brought me the coffee that I asked for.
Rip. You had a good run, bud.
I had a good run, everybody.
Say hi.
I don't know what she's put in it. Hi. Everybody says hi. Oh, I got it. I got the bird.
Nice.
What, honey? Hold on a second.
All right, live on air, everybody. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna talk about the YouTube. We're gonna talk about the latest game news and all the update and shenanigans with that, and we'll be talking about the latest war numbers. We have those numbers as well. Then after the commercial break, we will be discussing some more things around the community. And then after War Talk, we will have the final episode of Jeopardy. And we'll be giving away the rest of the sponsorship ISK that I have. And making this the final round of Jeopardy. So what would you call it, Crimson? Is this going to be like a championship round or just the final round?
I've got it listed as Grand Final EO&E Jeopardy.
Okay, good deal.
You
Crimson
gotta read it
really
like that every
crunched
time,
time. Do you have that listed somewhere? I don't see it where I could read it like that, and even then I'll probably screw it up.
What do I have not listed somewhere? What now? I wasn't listening for a second.
No.
Sorry.
Crimson, what's the name of the Jeopardy episode this week?
Grand Final EO&E Jeopardy. All announcer voice style.
There you go. So that's it. That's what we'll get into.
That's the lineup.
What?
This is great. We should just have people start posting the kill mails from tonight right here live on air.
Nice. Carrier's going down. I already seen a kill mail. Master Yoda.
Yeah.
Save that one. That's your token kill mail.
Oh man. They bring the dreads out in force just in time for like us to miss it. Well, I don't know. Maybe did you guys manage to get in on the action today or?
Not me. I had no time for that.
I can respectfully say that I have been in on the action in one way or another on almost every single engagement of any fleet-wide, not the small skirmishes, since the war has started. Whether I've necessarily been there or not, I won't say. Actually, like in the fleet, but definitely behind the scenes in some way, shape, or form on everything. And it's a blast. It's just an absolute blast. It's a completely different game in the last 2 weeks for me, 2.5, 3 weeks for me, than what it was before. And it's been a lot of fun. That is exactly right, Lurk. That is exactly right. I now live in my studio right here, constantly. It's
Red boxed.
Red boxed all the time, everywhere I go. I find it funny though. Well, I'm not going to say that because then it'll happen. So never mind. I won't go there. But anyway, it's a lot of fun.
I've seen you on the opposite side of the field every now and then too. It's been really cool flying and then like hiding and watching.
Have you always seen me? I don't think anybody knows who all my alts are. So
not all of them. I assume that the ones that are Rick themed. I don't know.
So the entire corp of C-137.
Yeah,
we all have a Rick name of some way, shape, or form, right? I mean,
you got Ricks.
There's Hans. Go ahead and list out the ones you think. List out the ones you think. Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah.
Not Birdman.
Not Birdman.
Bird person, thank you very much.
Dick Rick, hey, it's Taylor Dick Nessival. It's Taylor Dick, okay?
The alts are endless.
Yeah, the
I
alts
have
are
an
endless.
Entire corp dedicated to alts. Actually, 2 corps.
Yeah.
Just like tuna.
It's all alts all the way down.
If you count the one that if you count the one that I don't have active, I'd have 4 corps. But
yeah.
Who's counting, right? All right. We pinged M4A1 for the latest Q&A, right?
I did.
Let's go over the latest game news and the announcements. You should have those up, right?
I most certainly do not. I'm pulling them up now, though, because I got out of that screen. This is what happens. I get out of that screen. That's what it is, because it's all on Discord, and then I go and pull it up somewhere else when I'm looking. Okay, so now I've got the announcements pulled up. Okay, so the latest announcement actually came out first thing this morning, 9:02 a.m. my time from M4A1, and it was Measure Heaven Beyond the Universe. So I know this was somewhere in the notes at some point, but I'd either forgotten about it, didn't realize it, whatever. But this is the new Inscription of the Galaxy Heaven, going from December 4th. What does it say? It goes from December 14th to February 15th. So this is kind of a big deal. It's going to last for 2 months, essentially. What is it? Well, it's a 2 leaderboards, munition leaderboard and a ship combat leaderboard. So munition leaderboard means what have you built, right? So that's just your total industrial output, which corporation is going to be in the lead. That's the same type of event we've had before. And then, of course, with the ship combat leaderboard, I believe that's going to be individual pilots and how many kill mills what the kill mill rack up is for individual pilots. That's usually what they've done before in the past. I don't know if they'll do that as corporations. Actually, it sounds like they will, because it says we'll introduce new. We're excited to see all corporations write an exclusive pilots chronicle in the new season. So yeah, I don't know. It should be out today, right? Is it live now? Can we go and see it in game? I haven't had a chance to even look at that events page, which, usually when they roll out new events like this with like 6 different things all at once, it's just overflow, and I just ignore all of it until like a weekend as I slowly go through all of it, because this is a lot of stuff. They just throw so much stuff in your face
It
on that
is.
events page.
Inscription of the Galaxy is currently up.
Okay.
Rack 2 is in the lead, and then a Chinese Corp, Ret C in 4th, with CRB as 5th, and Tuna way down a distant 12,000 something.
And that's the kill board.
That's the live rankings for ship combat. Yes.
Okay,
And
so it is
then
by corporation. Okay, and then what about the munitions leaderboard? I'm assuming that's by corporation as well, right? They should be
Ret
both.
C is yep. It's corporation as well. Ret C is in the lead there. Then
Okay.
ZCT, EFR, HRT, and P2W.
Okay, cool. So I think those are always fun. There's always, you win a little bit of something out of all of that. I'm sure it's all listed there in game to go through and figure out, but it's cool. So that's the other announcement, of course, this week was the start of the Light of the Ember Sea event, which that new loading image we get to see, the new graphic after the update is pretty cool. I like it.
Yep.
That's, of course, the Museum Arcana in the background there, which has absolutely no relevance to really anything in the game other than you get skins if you actually collect ancient remains. I don't know anybody but Crimson who does that.
Yeah, there's the old
Right?
story items from back in the day are back too.
I noticed
And that's-
that. Do they have the exact same, like the 3 things you have to have, like the cat and the letter and the whatever? Are those all the same layouts?
Yep.
Ah,
Yeah,
It
I
is-
heard yes.
yeah.
Yeah, it's all the same, and I don't have to do that event at all. As far as I'm aware, I'm pretty stoked on it because like over the last year or so, I've been saving up, and that's not even like a fraction of what I've got.
Yeah.
I am a collector, hoarder.
Yep. I have a lot of that too. I don't know
Yeah.
if I have enough to complete all of that. I'm not even sure I care. I don't know what you get out of it. I don't know if it really matters. But anyway, okay. Then, of course, the other big thing on the announcements page over on the Eve Echoes Discord was, of course, the new carriers. 4 new faction carriers. They've given a ton of love to carrier pilots, and so far in just the last few months. This update, though, we'll probably leave all of this for its own segment, right, Rambo, where we're going to talk about the carriers themselves, because there's 4 new ones. I can go through
Well-
the names, but anyway.
We have the patch notes next too, so wait
Okay.
until the patch notes.
We'll wait to the
They're all in
patch notes and go
notes.
through all of that. There's a lot to talk about with those carriers. NetEase, with this update, single-handedly fixed multiple things in the game by introducing these carriers. And those who love small ships should absolutely love this update because it gives a lot of small ship love. Those who ask where is more indie for lower tier pilots should absolutely be ecstatic over this update as well because it gives them love. Benzie should be ecstatic because NetEase actually spent some time to make small ships great again. They just so happen to be fighters on carriers. Anyway, so then we, of course, patch notes. We can go through that on the official media page. That's nothing. Player support. That's usually a bunch of old Q&As they haven't updated for a while. So that's pretty much the main things right there. And I don't think we have the actual Q&A from
Did we even get a
M4A1 just
Q&A
yet.
last week?
We read
Oh
one
no,
last
we
week.
did. We did.
Yeah, 'cause we got it late.
because it pinged it
Yep, we got it
during
late.
the show. Okay.
We did. We got it late and
Yeah,
read
I
it.
remember that now.
Yeah, that was funny. Yeah, no, there's nothing there.
Jeez.
So,
All right. So I have the patch notes up. They had released their new version, Assault. According to the scope, the Museum Arcana in Zimzi was attacked, and the Concord technical experts reckon the Angel Cartel might have mastered a rigging technology for assault ships. According to certain sources, This technology originated from the search for ancient relics, and the museum attaches great importance to it. All clues have pointed to an undiscovered area on the boundary of the universe, the Ember Sea. Lost technologies and the deep starry sky, the undercurrents surge in New Eden as the Yui festival approaches. Only by chasing the light and continuously moving forward, you can escape the vortex of age and emerge victorious. I pronounced that wrong. It's Yule, Yule,
Yule.
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 Yeah,
It's the Yule time festival.
Yule. Okay. Yeah, I tortured that, so that's okay. That's to be expected. To be expected. You'd only think, chat listeners, we're 43, 44 episodes in this year, and how many times have I screwed up? I need a little clicker for that.
Just keep count.
So, just keep count, yeah. Versatile assault ships. The versatile assault ship is a frontline combat faction carrier modified based on the Imperial carrier. Some technologies of the Imperial dreadnought have been combined. Modifications have been made to carrier hangars, command communications, and power systems. Better ship protection has been implemented, and control of lightweight frigates and lightweight destroyers have been achieved at the expense of fighter control range. Very interesting. This is new to me because I have no experience with EO. I have no idea if it's the same over there.
It's not a super carrier. These are not super carriers from EO. These are just faction carriers that are in Eve Echoes.
These are specific to this game, right? Because I was told that these aren't even in EO.
Right. No. Regular carriers that we have in Eve Echoes are not. There's a huge difference between the carriers we have in Eve Echoes versus Eve Online as well. So I mean, no, this is
okay,
Eve. This is Eve Echoes. This is not Eve Online.
Okay.
So
yeah.
Maybe people will take their temperature down and not be so upset over the things that happens in Echoes when they finally realize one day that this game is based off of Eve Online and does not actually Eve Online. But anyway,
it's a very different game, different level of abstraction. Echoes is higher level, lower resolution. Eve Online is very very high resolution, and you are down and in the weeds for every little action. Like you're counting bullets in Eve Online, and in here,
Toilet Eve.
Yeah.
Toilet Eve.
Toilet Eve. Remember when we had Brisk on the show?
I remember that.
He was talking about Toilet Eve.
It's pretty funny.
The EO players make fun of us because we played Toilet Eve.
Yep.
Gee, and that's probably why your wife is mad at you, because you're on the toilet for 18 hours a day.
For Michael
right,
JG's question, I do have an account in EO as well. I spent a little bit of time, but I bounced off of it. I've got skills running every now and then, but very rarely.
What's this gift, Aras?
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway,
I have an EO account. I believe I'm in MJD's. I'm in MJD's corporation, unless he booted me for inactivity. Rip. Either way.
Yeah. That happens, right? That happens.
Yeah, it happens. I understand it.
Yep.
I mean, I kick people for worse, or less.
You mean for less? Yeah.
Okay.
We're here to help you.
All right. Continuing on with the patch notes, we're talking about these versatile assault ships, right?
Versatile assault ships.
As a frontline combat carrier, the versatile assault ship can possess combat capabilities that are far superior to ordinary carriers for a short time with the help of the Swarm Mothership Defense Module. In addition, they can even resist attacks from multiple battleships alone. However, they still cannot confront powerful dreadnoughts head on. How to obtain these? You have to reverse engineer carrier blueprints, then manufacture using regular carrier, and capital ship components. So to my understanding, you have to have a built carrier in addition to the additional parts required to go toward the new one.
Okay, so let's talk about the breakdown, right? You want to make one of these things. Let's say you want to make the Visago, which is the one that's based off of the Nidhogger. So you have to have one. If you have skills, JD, if you don't have any skills, then sure, you're going to have 2 carriers to make one. But if you have skills, it only takes one. It's the same thing with a jump freighter. It only takes 1 carrier. So
yeah, I was gonna say it's the same as a jump freighter.
it's the same as a jump freighter. You have to have 2 regular freighters to make 1 jump freighter if you have 0 skills. But if you have good skills, then you can build a jump freighter with just 1 regular freighter. And the same thing goes with the carriers. Already looked at it. So anyway, you do have to have a lot of parts. Okay, on top of that. So you've got to have the carrier, and then you got to have a bunch of parts. You make the Visago, and then here's another thing on top of all of that. Now you have to have these new fighters for it. And those fighters, by the way, are not the same fighters that you have right now for carriers. They're totally different. They're light fighters or whatever they call them in the marketplace. I forget what it says. And of course, there's 3. There's a frigate class, which is a interceptor. Then of course there's a bomber that's still a frigate. Then there's destroyers, and this is what I meant half-heartedly that they made small ship content for us, because they did. Not only do you have to have an executioner interceptor, just a regular old executioner interceptor that you would fly right now. You have to have one of those, plus materials, plus certain fittings for it, in order to make a fighter. Then your fighter skills that you have for that specific interceptor that is now a fighter apply. So your weapon skills, your engineering skills, your defensive skills, all those things apply to that fighter. So not only are you going to have your skills still there for fighters and for the missiles or the lasers or whatever, whichever one you build, but you're going to have them there for not just flying them, but actually using them as fighters. That's what I was getting at. So not only did they make content for those small ships where your skills are going to be needed, but they also made it to where those lower class indie guys, lower tiered, I'll put it that way, who can't quite make a T10 anything at this point, they're going to get melted. The fighters are going to die all the time. They're going to have to be constantly replaced. And fighters can't be IP'd, right? So your carrier can, maybe, but this can be a huge freaking IP bill. So you're really going to be building these things all over again, just like you do with everything else for dreads and carriers now, just like you would for faction. So, Bradrick. Anyway, but so you're going to have indie guys making these things and churning them out over and over and over again. Exactly, Duraz, over and over and over again. So I don't know if the whole carrier will melt. It really depends. It really depends on how tanky they really are once we get one. I haven't seen. I've looked at the numbers, but I haven't looked at them too close yet, and I don't know how tanky they'll be. Obviously, dreads will be tankier. There's no way around that. These things aren't going to be as tanky. Yeah, exactly.
I've seen some of the numbers that they do have higher defense stats.
They seem like blunt instruments, mainly like brawl style. Get in close so the light fighters or the light frigates and light destroyers can move. I'm really curious to see if this has that trickle down that we're hoping for small indie. I do know reverse accelerant decryptors are amazing, and I've got a massive stockpile of them. I'm going to be burning through to mass produce some of the ships that I'm seeing there, Hounds especially.
Yeah, purifiers, executioners, and then of course either like a Thrasher or I don't know. I haven't looked at all of them to see exactly what those breakdowns are, but there's only certain ones that'll be turned into fighters and certain ones that will not. So
yeah, in the leaked screenshots they had Thrashers and purifiers.
Right, but I mean you can just go to the market right now and look at the fighters right there and see. And then go and look at the blueprints that they're not for sale, but you can go and look at all the stats right there and see exactly what it takes to make all this stuff, exactly where everything goes, and what their base stats are for. Yeah, exactly. Thrashers, Catalyst, Corsairs.
I thought there was some penalty to the range that they had on their not drones.
Yeah, they don't go to 500 kilometers anymore. They only go to 200 kilometers. Whoop-de-effing do. I mean, all that.
Range with that.
Yeah, you still range with that. It doesn't really matter. So.
Yeah. Kite them out. Whoop-de-doo.
Yeah, I mean you don't drop it zero anyway, that. So it doesn't matter. But
right.
Now, of course, the 200 instead of being 250 or 260. These things aren't necessarily going to be used for completely mind-numbing. I'm at 320 kilometers and I'm killing rats that are no longer active, right? You're going to do that in an old-school carrier. You're not going to do that in one of these. You're not going to be far enough out. to be able to hit them. Unless, of
Well,
course, there's modules or rigs or
trade-
something, but I don't know. I haven't seen that yet.
I'm gonna trade mine in for the latest and greatest 2023 model. So
Upgrade.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, it'll. I don't know. I think it's good for indie to have these kinds of things roll out that don't necessarily get IP'd. That have a lot of different things that go into it. I think it's eating up way too much Morphite. Because this thing takes like 3 billion Morphite or 2.5. I mean, for
Nice.
each ones, it's just kind of crazy. So, but at any rate, all good though. Everybody always gets upset when these events roll around too, by the way, and they get so damn pissed off at the cash grabs and the pay to win and all this other shit. And I just want to remind people of one really good fact about this. And everybody's going to get pissed off at me about this tonight, but I don't really care. I think everybody's pissed off at me this week, so it doesn't really fucking matter. I'm having fun, so
Rip.
screw you. But the thing about it to keep in mind is there's really only one thing in this game, one thing that any pilot with Omega, and you can earn the Omega in-game, right? So you don't even have to pay for that. But there's only one thing in this game that you cannot get unless you spend cash for it. There's only one thing. Does anybody know what that one thing is?
I would assume nanocores, but that's probably incorrect because Concord Pass.
It'd be
purple nanocore for carrier.
It would be it'd be a purple nanocore for a capital.
Oh,
That's
nice.
that's like the only thing that you can't get by grinding for it. Everything else you
Well,
can
I think
grind
Orca's added in that too, but yeah.
Okay, whatever. Yeah, I mean, it's certain nanocores, right? There are certain nanocores that you can't get unless you pay for them. Which skill chips, Hans? Do you have to pay money for?
Those there are some that are still unreleased yet, as far as I'm aware. But those you can buy with Plex. So
Aren't they okay? And you can get Plex in game, can't you?
Yep.
So I
think
mean,
Hans is wrong there.
that's what I mean. I mean, you can grind for all of it. Now we can have an argument about whether or not there's too much grind or it takes too long and all that stuff. That's fine. I can understand some of those arguments. But at any rate, it is what it is.
It seems to be that the average income for most players, as far as I'm aware, is around 2 to 5 mil per hour if they've been at the game and like are aiming
Jesus.
around the midway point.
Jesus, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I think,
Really?
I think his stats are a little low.
I mean, what in the what?
That's based on the content.
Is that
I'm
an angel
seeing.
space? Is that an angel space? Like what?
A Mars base.
I
know folks who get ticks up into the 30s consistently, but those aren't average players. There's a lot more folks down lower than I think you guys are accounting for.
The bots?
Yeah, those guys.
I will agree with one point there, Crimson. I'm sure there are a larger pool of people who casually play this game who are either in high sec or low sec, never go to null, and don't earn anywhere near as much as what people in null do, or people who've been playing the game since launch who really know how to play the game and don't earn a whole lot of money. I'm sure that there's a bigger number of players like that than what we realize. I have no doubt. And I'm sure there's more people in low sec than what everybody complains about, saying low sec is dead. Maybe it is dead. Fuck, I don't know. I never go there. Who cares? I fly through it to get to Jita and back up to null, right? I don't care.
Right.
But I'm sure that there's more people in those areas than what most people think. So anyway.
They're not all maulers.
No.
Right. There's a few, and I know some dudes who go hunting every now and then. You just got to figure out where they're at and then chase them around a bit.
Sure. I mean, yeah, everybody's got different play times. Everybody's got different play styles. Everybody's, it's not a just because you're on for 8 hours straight and didn't see 16 dudes in some low sec system doesn't mean that there wasn't 16 dudes there at some point in time over the last 24 hours for whatever reason. I don't know. But yeah, I'm sure it's dead in comparison to some nullsec spots that I go through that have 40 guys in them all at once. So, and no, JD, the game's not dead as fuck. I don't know what the fuck you're saying when you say that.
This time of year? Yeah, there's nothing going on in game, especially not up in north. Nope.
Yeah.
Well, okay, that's a fair point,
wars.
JD. That's a fair point. This time last year during a war, we were getting 1,000 in a system. Yeah, during a war, you're right. The numbers were higher. I will agree with you there. Have the numbers gone down over time? Yeah, sure they have. There's no denying that. So
There's peaks and valleys. There's games that are designed for the long tail and games that are designed for the short tail. And I believe that Eve Echoes is designed for the long tail just based on, the fact that we have these recurring events where if you stock up on items, you don't really have to do any grind whatsoever. And there's that long-term thinking coming into it again from the designer's perspective. But when it comes to saying the game is dying, you are contributing towards what you are talking about there, JD. Like the more you talk about, the game's toxic, the game's dying, you're adding to that, my friend.
I do agree that the Chinese server split did hurt. I do agree with that.
I'll agree with that.
Yeah.
But like if folks want more people to come to the game, they should invite more people to the game.
And it's a tough haul when you first get into this game. Anyway, we got
Well,
way off
yeah, there's
target.
a learning curve and all that stuff. Like I tried getting a coworker into playing this game.
Yep.
He played it for a little bit, and then he was saying that the politics behind it, like he was just fascinated. At the time we were at war with Genesis, and every day was something new, right? And he would just be entertained by the politics of it.
Yeah.
He wouldn't even play. He stopped playing. He's like, so what's going on with that alliance that you're attacking? And then I would tell him, and he's like, that's stupid. He's like, I can't believe it. People are stupid.
Well, a lot of that stuff on the political side. I mean, a lot of that stuff in this game, it gets silly. And there's drama for the sake of drama, and that always kind of I just roll my eyes and look the other way. I don't really try to get into the drama of it. It doesn't interest me. It's fun to watch sometimes, but at the most part, it doesn't interest me. What interests me is just the shifts. Who's doing what where, what they're able to do, what they're not able to do. Gulag is sometimes fun to read. Sometimes it's just annoying. But, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. That always comes with it. Whenever you get a whole bunch of guys all playing the same game and doing different things at different times, you're going to wind up getting some drama. That's just the way it goes.
Dick swinging contest.
Sure. And sometimes that's funny, right? I mean, that's where a lot of the fun comes out, right? You know what I mean? I mean, sometimes that's funny to just screw around and, call people out and then get your ass handed to you. Other times it's fun to, wallop all over somebody and win. Not to say that it's ever fun to lose. It's definitely not fun to lose, but it is fun to fight, right? So there's a difference there. It's always fun to be in the fight and in that moment and try to figure out what you're going to do, what they're going to do, try to counter, they counter, and all that stuff. So it's always fun to fight. It's not always fun to lose. But anyway.
Yeah, sometimes you get rough.
Should we carry on?
Yeah.
Yes,
carry
please.
on with these patch notes that we stopped.
We did,
so anyway,
keep going.
The characteristics of these new ships, the Anaconda. I've often seen people calling it the Anaconda, which
Everybody's been saying Anaconda, but it's Anaconda.
The Anaconda.
Right. Yeah, it's Anaconda.
It's a Garista's faction carrier with extra protection. The Vasago, a faction carrier from the Angel Cartel with the mobility bonus. The Astartes, a faction carrier from the Blood Raider Covenant with a bonus on energy neutralizer electronic warfare. From what I've seen, that's basically a Balgorn, but in overkill status. Like it's insane. The Villain, a faction carrier from the Serpentis Corporation with the bonus of Web of Fire electronic warfare. You had something to say there, Taylor?
So one thing I don't understand about the Astartes, or however you pronounce that, where it's got
Astartes.
Yeah, it's ass backwards. Yeah, that one. There's no capital level newt, and there's no capital level webs, and there's no capital level E-War, period. So why are you getting bonuses? Yeah, you're getting
You're
bonuses to.
MK9.
Yeah, you're getting
Hey,
bonuses to
if
a
you're
Mark
cheap
9
like
web. I don't
me,
understand.
if you're cheap like me, you're throwing MK9 shit on shit, right? So here we are, right?
I wonder if they'll come up with more advanced fighters too. Like if they really want to go blingy, have like faction frigates or lightweight faction frigates, so you can see a whole bunch of
Faction
like
faction fighters.
faction fighters, yeah, or lightweight fighters.
That'd be hilarious to have, 3 succubus in a tube
Yeah,
to
just
launch 3 of them.
fire the pill bugs.
Now, does anybody know that brings up 2 other questions, right? And so John Clearwater posted a mobility bonus on a carrier, okay, and I'll explain that. The mobility bonus on the carrier is specifically there. Those bonuses are for not just the carrier itself, but also for the fighters. But it's not an oxymoron to say mobility for a carrier, because if you look at these things' base stats speeds, has anybody noticed it? They are faster than a faction battleship. Go and look at their speeds.
Whoa, mama.
Their base speeds are faster than a Balgorn. Their base speeds are faster than any other. I think the Nightmare might have a little bit faster base speed. I have to go and look at it, but they're not slow. They're not slow. Their battleship are faster. That's kind of amazing.
I know my expectations aren't that high, but with them being up to battleship speed, that's pretty good, I suppose.
That's correct. The speed doesn't matter unless the agility matches it, which again is why the in my opinion, looking at it without really diving into it yet, I think the Nidhogger upgrade for was it Visagio or Visigio, whatever. I think it's gonna be a hell of a carrier, hell of a faction carrier. But yeah, the vasectomy one. That's exactly what it's going to take me to. Yeah, it's what's going to feel like paying for the fucking thing. Is a vasectomy.
Basically.
Yep. So,
Yeah.
but no, I mean I think that's going to be a good one. I think it's going to be a really good one. We'll see, right? I mean, because the proof is in the pudding, and unfortunately the stats only tell you so much, and then you have to go and actually build the thing and then actually prove it out, and it's not on the test server to be able to play with. So, there's only so much you can do when you theorycraft things. Sometimes you just got to go out there and fly it and die and figure it out.
Can I get the IDs for the new ships, please?
Has anybody asked that over there already? I mean,
yeah, somebody asked about
geez.
that, and we're like, dude, the Fulmination's not updated. It
Yeah.
never gets updated the same day. We'll have to be waiting like 2 weeks before we can even play around with them on a test server. At least.
I hope it's not that
unless they
long.
prioritize it. Yeah, I don't know, but.
Yeah, what do you mean?
That's
Do I
just the way
notice
it is.
anything? The lightweight ship turret damage and lightweight ship rocket damage. Yeah, I don't know. What about it? Keyman Eyewash.
It's a new skill. That's what.
Well, yeah, there's tons of new skills. So, yeah, damn it, I saw that when Nina said that back to him. About a month worth that we have to wait for 20 minutes works. Yeah. It doesn't take them very long to update that Fulmination server. It really doesn't. And they've said that before, so I don't know why it takes them forever to get it to where we can
Low
get
priority,
on it.
man.
Yeah, I mean, whatever.
They know there's a war happening. They don't want anybody getting an advantage.
Yeah, at some point we got to talk about the market itself, but
Oh, I'm looking forward to that because the market has been all kinds of crazy. I am making bank right now.
Yeah,
we can talk about all that stuff later.
That was a shadow patch this week. JD brought this up. We played around with this mechanic a couple days ago I guess yesterday morning after the patch. It was a shadow update. Does anybody know what that one is? There was a shadow update.
Interdictor issue.
They nerfed bubbles. They nerfed your interdictors. Yep, they ninja changed that shit. So you can't put up a bubble the way you used to and get people to drag to it out at 200 or 180 or 210 or whatever it was you were doing before. No, 149, John. It does not work at 150 or 151. It only goes out to 149, and that's it. So your drag bubbles to make people ping pong on a gate no longer work. So,
and 149 is not a warpable distance.
That is why they did that.
It seals them in. On one hand, I think that makes drag bubbles potentially a little bit more dangerous, but on the other hand, like I don't like that. I want people to have more options. I like having that complication in place because sometimes you want to be able to let friendlies bounce back, right? And that forces a slow boat maneuver, and I'm not a fan of that.
Hmm.
No,
All
I'm not a
right.
fan of that
Yeah.
update at all. They should
Is
change it
that
back. I'm also not a fan of what people were doing with the pauses, where they're dragging people. That's, I was all for going around and blowing all those up, Osier. So I'm not a fan for that at all. But I mean, it's 5,000 kilometers for fuck's sake. That's ridiculous. But at any rate, the 200 and 300 kilometers for a drag bubble either side of the gate. I think that's perfectly reasonable. That's fine. I mean, defense is defense. Defense is meant to be difficult to break. So, anyway,
All right. Let's blow through the rest of these
go for it. Yeah, sorry, I'll be
patch
quiet.
notes. So they talked about the lightweight chips. Um, Compared to the four empires which own large industries, the consumption of fighters and carriers puts a severe burden on the logistics systems of other factions. Blah blah blah. They introduced a lightweight frigate, a modified imperial frigate with high mobility and low protection. Its interceptor model has specialized electronic warfare capabilities and can be fitted with warp scramblers. A lightweight destroyer, it's a modified Imperial destroyer with high protection and stronger firepower. Its offense model has enhanced protection and interception capabilities and can be fitted with stasis webifiers. So, cool. We have to play around with those.
Yeah, so the webs and the scrams, I have a question about that. The way I read it, so you've got 3 interceptors in a tube. You can only put 3. You don't get these higher numbers. And so that makes me wonder about what the DPS of these things is really going to be. But if you put 3 interceptors that all have the warp scramblers in them, each fighter, according to their information or their details off the market, shows that each one gets 1 point of scram. So if there's 3 in a tube and you have 3 tubes, that means you have 9 fighters. That should be 9 points of scram. Everybody agree on that? Watch it only be 3. 1 for each tube.
Broke.
But I mean, that's what it says in the stats, is that they each get 1, so that should be 9. But watch it only be 3, 1 for each tube instead of 1 for each fucking fighter. So that'll make me mad. But anyway, exactly, it'll be
I'm
1
sure
for
that's
each
an
tube.
oversight.
Yeah, so we'll see how it goes. Same thing with the webs.
All right.
That should be the same thing with the webs, but
well beyond my price range?
Yeah, it'll be a while for you there, Crimson.
Yeah, give me
flying
5
that
years or
rifter.
so.
Yeah, flying that
Maybe.
rifter.
Keep flying that rifter, buddy. All right. New modules. They have a swarm mothership defense module. It's a shield generation and damage control system that connects to the mothership to the lightweight ship so that some damage can be transferred to the mothership, greatly improving the performance of lightweight ships for a short time. Force closed when both a mothership shield and armor are destroyed.
That's
Okay.
the part I hate, because that takes even more of the design space away from small ships as a potential counter for carriers, right? And I know carriers destroy small ships. That's kind of their thing. But like, I would hope that they would design, kind of a rock paper scissors thing. So you have the strategic choice, right? You're picking. I want the carrier with the actual frigates and destroyers on the field. And now it's just, I don't know. It just seems like more of the same, but not as weak. And I don't like it.
Alrighty. Yeah, I'd really have to just look at all of this stuff more in depth to really get more of an opinion on it, I suppose. They have the experimental carrier hangar modification system now. It's a heavily modified structure inside a carrier hull, allowing for more versatile assault ships to be accommodated after fitting. Okay. New sentry drones, sniper and offense sentry drones have been added to the game. Sniper drones are more accurate and effective against small targets, while offense drones have stronger firepower and are more effective against large targets. How to obtain them? You have to manufacture them based on the blueprints obtained in level 9 and level 10 Scout Cosmic Anomalies. That was a Duo Omega question that Taylor Rick had this last week.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And did you give away both of them I don't remember the second question. Maybe I may have
Yeah,
just
I
missed it.
did. I gave away two Duo Megas. I think I did it on Tuesday instead of a Monday because that's just the way it went. But yeah.
Okay.
Yep, I have two to give away every week. Probably just do them both on the Mondays like that with the trivia and try to break it up a little bit. But I don't know. It's been a weird week. I've been a little busy.
Hold on here.
There's a war
Let
on.
me open my email right now. Let it refresh. The next person to subscribe to the YouTube gets Duo Omega. I get an
Hey,
email
there you
about it.
go. There you go.
All right, and then they have new fighters. They have Navy, Assault, and Offense fighters have been added to the game, including Space Superiority fighters and Attack fighters. Navy fighters have more comprehensive abilities. Assault fighters are faster and more accurate, but they have a weaker defense and are highly suited to chasing down enemies. Offense fighters have stronger firepower and defense, but are very slow and more suited to fighting large enemies. How to obtain them? Manufacture them based on the blueprints obtained in Capital Ship Rift.
Now, when they
So
say
there you go.
Capital Ship Rift, are they talking about the Cap Indeds? Is that I'm pretty sure it's the same thing, right?
I think so.
Oh snap! Email came in. We already have a winner for Duo Omega. You want to hear who it is?
Yeah, let us
Yes,
know.
please.
It's Seraph. Seraph won it.
Ah,
Nice.
I don't even see him in chat.
there he is,
There
right
he
there.
is.
Yep.
There he is. Oh, okay, because he had his tag. Okay, I was just looking in the S section. So there you go. You won Duo Omega. DM me your character info, and I'll get that to you. So anyway, good deal. Thank you, by the way.
Yep.
The so they have now a showdown mode to counter frigates interference with attack capabilities of dreadnoughts and electronic warfares. Man, this is a lot to read. I don't want to read this all. They have new skills. Okay. New fighter blueprints, new skills, new event, Light Ember C.
Mm-hmm.
The event duration December 14th to January 14th next year. The and of course they have a story behind that. They have Neon Peak. Neon Peak is an event hosted by Calderi's CBD group that seeks investment from capsuleers to build a new commercial center. Capsuleers can invest in the construction by purchasing various gift boxes. After each successful business plan, the system will draw a lucky capsuleer and grant them an additional gift. Now, this whole thing I thought was really confusing when I updated the game yesterday and I was taking a look at this,
Oh yeah.
the business plan stuff. I'm like, I don't even know what to do. So
Spend R.
they have a store. Yeah.
That's the easy way, and I don't understand the hard way, and like that kind of funneling is really frustrating.
Yeah. Business plan store. So they have a
Yeah.
store. Various rewards there. Make sure you exchange the points before the store closes.
Yeah, it is a
At least it's,
Right.
raffle. The whole thing's a raffle. You buy tickets, you see if you win the raffle. That's the easy way, I guess you can break it down. But
it's better than the slush.
I
Slot
don't
machine,
I
lucky
don't
spin,
yeah,
banana.
I don't know. I don't really care for that stuff. I just ignore all that stuff. So,
Yeah.
yeah, scam, that's true, JD. I mean, yeah, I really ignore that stuff. Ever since that first spinning wheel thing, which was probably about this time last year, the first time they came out with that, the lucky wheel
Yep.
The
bullshit.
lucky draw.
Yeah, I just kind of I don't know. At that point, it's just like, okay, that's fun. I mean, and you know what? For those who want to whale out and want to spend the money and want to fund this game to keep things going, fine, have fun, do it. You only have yourself to blame for them doing it more and more and more and growing that more and more and more. They keep doing that and putting more of it in the game because we all keep spending. If we weren't
Yeah,
spending
and
so much, they would do it less because
it's
it wouldn't get them anywhere, and then they would just up the subscription cost. So thank you very much for everybody who's wailing out.
it's getting worse too, because like the actual event missions for the Embassy, they've got two tiers instead of the usual like easy, hard, and advanced or whatever. It's just advanced and super advanced, which I assume is like capital content. So if you've got a cap, now you've got an event tailored for you, it seems. But I'm Blech.
Yeah.
That's sickening.
Continuing on,
Yep.
here we have some content for Crimson, the classified 3 gravitational wave graphs.
Yeah, that has me excited. I'm pretty stoked on that.
Those are fun. They're hard
I-
usually.
I've still got a stockpile of T1s that I'm working my way through. I need to get fleets together to actually do them, but the war has kind of like put a
Yeah.
damper on those moves. The T2s are, from what I understand, fairly lucrative as well.
And the T3s
really
are a
excited
shit ton of
for these two.
ships. It's like 150 ships you got to kill, something like that.
Yikes. Wow.
They take a while.
So they say here, after obtaining the wave graphs, Capsuleers can decrypt them in stations. According to the decrypted clues, they can navigate to hidden anomalies and find and open loot crates there after you survive the horde of ships. So they have here as well the Golden Age Restart event duration, December 14th to January 11th. And that is just like the Golden Age event that we had when it was sometime last year. Right? Was that the same as the Sun Chaser? think it was.
Yep.
Sounds like it. Yeah, I think
Sun
so.
Chaser. The
Yeah.
Sun Chaser is on Golden Age. I've got a Tornado that has it.
Yeah, and they changed the verbiage
So-
on those too to where it actually says jump drive as opposed to whatever it said before in the actual.
You know, hey, do we know if you get the Sun Chaser core in this event? Because if it is, I want to get that core.
I thought that's what they were saying
'cause
because I'm pretty sure that's what they were saying because they were going to. No, you can't get into the Grav 3s in a cap, Damon. Sorry. I understand you have a new shiny Thanatos, but it's not going to go into one of those. Anyway, so what was I saying? Oh no, those cores are supposed to be coming back out because they made a note somewhere that I saw that they had changed the description. It was in one of the fixes, bug fixes, where they changed the description from +1 Sun Chaser to +1 Jump Drive. They actually made it say Jump Drive as opposed to whatever they. You borrowed it, Damon. Damn it! You still don't own a carrier. Okay, you just borrowed one. You just had to be in that fleet. They just gave him
Ret
one.
C
Yeah,
SRP.
Yeah, exactly. They just gave
they
him
borrowed
one.
it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So he rented it for the 2 hours. Anyway. Okay. So yeah, no, I was pretty sure that they're going to put those out, and yeah, I'd like to have one. I'd love to have one for something. I don't know what at this point because I don't know. I don't even need it.
Well, I thought from after hearing people talking about it, I was like, well, shoot, I should have done that event and got that core because it sounded cool.
Well, I guess it'd be fun to just, slap it on something that you're taking from one low-sec side of the map to the other low-sec side of the map and just speed things up for whenever you've got to travel and then take it off and put a real nanocore on.
Yeah.
But,
When I'm looking for billionaire questions, I'm going to be using that.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Oh, there you go. Sun Chaser at level 6 and a neon gas core. So, well, that's the neon gas ones. That's not. What do they call this new one? Neon what? It's not neon rain. It's not neon gas. What is it called? Neon what?
Peak.
Neon peak. Jesus.
What's up with neon?
I don't know what.
Neon?
Yeah. What do we? I know
They
the
love
neon
gas?
gas isn't a new one. Yeah, it's an older one. But
I think they're huffing neon. Okay, bad joke.
yeah,
Inscription
Xenon.
of the Galaxy. We talked about this one a little bit. December 14th to February 15th. And so a new season there. It's about to kick off. View in the in-game description for more event details. The Concord Pass, if you haven't already, re-roll your Concord stuff. New Concord Pass. December 16th to the 27th. Actually, so this is tomorrow. It starts tomorrow.
Okay.
Season Pass 14 will be updated on December 16th. New content has been added to that update. Dark Halo faction Lucky Chest now available. And then supplies for faction battleships, etc. Exile and Ascension nanocores are available for exchange. So does that mean they get to be put up on the market for exchange?
I hope so. I'm not sure.
Interesting.
New
I could care
Concord
less for the
is
Ascension core.
new Concord is live right now. Just so everybody knows.
Okay. Yeah, if we're following UTC, we're already in December 16th.
Mm-hmm.
Optimizations. The estimated price has been updated based on the market transaction record. Fighter rigs can now only be fitted on Chimera and other regular carriers. adjusted the altitude distribution of ore in the capital ship rift so that they don't block horizontal movements. Alrighty, so there's that. Here's some bug fixes. They fixed an issue where the skill remote armor operation was effective on capital ship modules. They fixed a display error of the tracking computer's tips. They fixed an issue where the time of reverse engineering was sometimes incorrectly displayed. And they corrected the description of the Golden Age nanocore by replacing Sun Chaser system with jump drive. Note, the change does not affect the function of the nanocore. So that's where you saw it, Taylor, is a very last bug fix.
There we go.
And that is it for patch notes. That's it for game news, right? I think that's it for game news.
That's it for
we
that.
Still don't have Q&A. I'm going to check the CC channel right now.
Oh yeah, go look. I don't think I got a ping. I did not, but that doesn't mean
nope,
it's
nothing
not
there. I'm gonna ping M4A1. I'm gonna ping M4A1. Let's see if she answers. All right. Then with that, we will cut to a commercial break. I got a new commercial, and then we'll get into the community news and the war talk right after these messages.
Hello everybody, this is Samuel Dark, well known as Dark Designs. I can do your corporation logos, posters, and way more, and whatever you need for excellent corporation advertisement. You can find me at darkdesigns.tk, but let me spell dark first. It's D-A-R-K-H, I repeat, D-A-R-K-H, darkdesigns.tk. You can also talk to me on Discord. Just take a look for Samuel Dark, hashtag 8617, hashtag 8617 if you have any questions. Well, fly safe, and we'll meet out there.
Here is a Reddit post by Bradrick, but only 45 seconds long. Fly aggressive 07.
Was that pretty good? You didn't expect that, did you?
No, I did not. Where the hell did that come from? That's hilarious.
Believe it or not, it was an idea that we had in a previous episode. And I was like, you know what? I got 10 minutes while we're waiting for Taylor Rick to join the studio or the sound check earlier, and so I was doing that. I made that literally in like a couple minutes, so it's really easy, low effort to do. But that was pretty funny to do, especially because I added some random honks in there, and then
You could hear him
I
so
sped
well.
it up. Yeah, you could totally understand everything he says, and that was one of his latest posts, and so I did that just for some kicks. So I know there's some other stuff that we wanted to talk about. And speaking of Reddit, there's been, and Taylor, you probably have seen this too. I think you'd even said, you kind of shy away from toxicity, I guess you could say it. Some of the shit storms that are happening right now, and Reddit is being one of them. So we are seeing a huge, I guess, uptick in Reddit moderator queue posts. A lot of people people are slurring each other, and from what I'm seeing, it's not that great of an experience over on the Reddit right now.
I don't. I mean, I'll just be blunt. I do read a lot of Reddit, and I go through it all because it's interesting, and sometimes it's funny, and sometimes it's not. But does any of it even none of it bothers me. Like I don't get upset by any of it because it's just people being stupid sometimes, or people actually every
Yeah.
once in a while somebody actually posts something that's kind of smart, but for the most part it's all just. I'd rather just go watch TikTok and see hot girls dancing. I don't know about you guys, but I mean, like that's more entertaining to me.
Yeah.
I'm just
I
being
haven't.
blunt. I don't know what else to say. It's not. It's just. It is what it is.
Yeah, the entertainment value of the recent Reddit posts are not there, at least not to me. So I haven't been going over there too often, but I do get the moderation notifications, and I
Yeah.
mean we've had more moderation notifications in the queue for people reporting posts and all this stuff, and it's directed at me, or this is stupid, blah blah, whatever the
Well, so it's just
reason
more
is.
drama. That's just more drama. And I mean, the guys in
Yeah.
C-137. No, I don't put up with drama. I either ignore it and just whatever and don't pay attention to it because I don't whatever. Or if it's too much drama, then they're just gone. They're just not in the corp anymore. I just don't have that in my life. So
It used to be, and sorry, my computer screwed the pooch, but it used to be the place to go for like long form content. I originally like dove into EVE Online way back in like 2015, 2014, because of Reddit, and like rediscovering it through that. Like I played way back in 2010 when a friend tried to get me in, and I bounced off the first time. But it was the second time actually going in and reading conversations with folks, and for a long time since then, like Reddit's been kind of my go-to for, I want to read something that's going to take me about 15 minutes between meetings, and then I would go check out that thing and then go on to the meeting and then come back and have conversations after it, processed for a bit. But I think for the most part, Discord has kind of eaten Reddit's lunch, right? And a lot of folks, like, the market really isn't there for long form content like it used to be when it comes to written work. I don't know, like Reddit drama has always been a thing. It just hasn't always been this sensitive, in my opinion. Um,
look at this one. Look at the. Uh, see, I think that's funny. I put that up there. This is like last week when someone put up the image of the Crab Coalition versus Shush and Bot 5, but they left out Care Bears with guns. They left out UF, the Russians. They left out Saku, and so I put the drunk Ted in the middle of them and said fixed.
Yeah.
And then what's his name came back. I'm pretty sure that's like one of the honk guys, Gandalf. I forget which one it
Slippy.
is. Yeah, Slippy. I thought it was Slippy, but anyway,
Hot dog.
he one of them, right? Doesn't matter. Comes back and puts a bunch of geese all over the damn thing and
Geese,
says fixed
yeah.
it. And it's like, yeah, that's right, and they're everywhere. So those are fun. Those are fun. Those kind of make me laugh. The one that Damon did made me laugh, and I laughed so damn hard. Because you see he put Bradrick's name on the main Sparta guy from the Sparta movie. I forget what the guy's name is. Anyway, and then as soon as Leonidas, and as soon as Leonidas gets ready to speak, he just posts a whole giant wall of texts over the whole thing. It was perfect. So,
Yeah.
it was pretty good. So those are
Yeah,
every once in a while you get good ones like that, and that's fun.
Every once in a while.
There it
yes.
is. There it is right there. That's hilarious. If you haven't
You
seen
can't
that,
complain
that's
about
funny.
the good content, but it's the bad content that's coming in at an overflow that a lot of people are getting sick of.
And whatever you call
honestly.
bad content, just ignore the bad content. It's kind of like saying I turned on
True.
HBO and I wanted to watch Home Alone, but there was a skin flick movie on, and now I'm upset at HBO. Well, it's HBO. Where did you think you were?
Yeah.
I mean, just ignore it and move on. It's whatever. Anyway, I'm done talking about that. Move on.
Well, I mean, it's a game. People are throwing slurs at each other and all this stuff. Consider it salt. I don't know. Over a game. So
Yeah.
the Reddit moderators are requesting to simmer it down just a bit. All right, none of that stuff needs to happen.
Yeah,
We can
it
keep
is
it
just a
civil,
game.
keep it in game. You know, going back and forth about war stuff, that's cool and all. Yeah, you killed a capital, we killed 3. Who cares? It's a game.
Well, you
You
do
don't
care
have
though.
to
Well, hold on
throw
though. You do care, right? You do care because it's a competition.
people
It's
care.
Yeah,
It is a
you-
competition, yeah.
it's a competition. We are here for the competition. We're here for the fight. We're here for the thrill of the fight and the thrill of the competition to see who can win. It's not about necessarily being better. Well, in some cases, some people take it to that side of it where it's about them being better than somebody else, whatever. But it's about winning. It's about winning and having that competition and seeing who's won for today. You know, for a long time, you know, other organizations were number one. Or ranked number one by kills or whatever you want to rank them by, or biggest, you know, number of alliances, number of areas, number of citadels, whatever. We've always had rankings of some kind. It's because it's a competition. It's what we're here to do. You know, 99.9% of us playing this game are dudes, and the other 0.1% are Cleo. And so it's just yeah. I mean, we're here to compete and compete over whatever is here for us for as long as it's here. And when it's all gone, it's all gone, and we move on to something else, and we compete there as well. I mean, that's the fun. That's it's what are we doing if we're not trying to compete? Like, that's boring as all shit, right? If there's not something to fight over in a game to compete with, then it's boring. And then you go to
Right.
something else. I mean,
There's competition within the game and there's competition outside the game, and like some folks really thrive on the political back and forth, the propaganda piece, because psyops is a portion of war as well, right? There's the way you present your forces, the way you represent yourself in a public forum will dictate the kinds of people who come to your corporation, right? Like Tuna generally super chill is the aim there, but with like Taylor Rick and the Ricks, you've got a different vibe. And I know Silent has their own kind of thing. They've got different cultures internal to them. And then the Crab Coalition is just this hodgepodge of all these different coalitions that have admittedly clashed over the last week or two, on top of trying to slaughter the North. But it's been, I don't know. There's a line. There's a fine line. It's like it's one of those things like toxicity, but you can't really define it. It's like shit. It was porn basically, like one of those things. Like that's graphic. I don't know what line it crossed, but that's too far, right? And I don't know if we've come close to that line. So yes, these two propaganda pieces that Damon Zell and I think Michael JD shared the top one. Those are rad.
Those are awesome.
Look juicy, like 50s era, 40s, 50s era propaganda posters. Like the crab mustache thing there, that's inspired. I love that. It reminds me of Dolly.
I know there's a bot that for a while there over the summer. It went around everywhere where there was a bot you could put onto your Discord, and we used it for a while until we ran out of our 10 free AI generated images. What was the name of that bot? Anybody remember that?
I know there was one called Crayon.
Yeah. There's a few out there.
That one was nowhere near as good as this one I'm thinking of that went around. I know a lot of the guys in Care Bears were playing with it, and it was all over the place for like a week until we all ran out of our 10 free ones.
I don't know if
maybe
if
I
you're
still
talking
have
about
the
the same one,
Discord. It was so good. Midjourney, yes, Midjourney. That's correct. Midjourney was fantastic. It's so good. You got to go check that out if you haven't looked at that. It's so good. I mean, the images I was getting out of it were just insane and just so spot on. I'm trying to see if I can find the Discord if I'm still in it. I might have dropped it because I'm in like so many Discords. I think I had to leave a few.
The different AIs have like different focuses. Neuralove's been the one I've been using for the Tuna School stuff, just because I don't want to get too crunchy on those. And that's pretty good for landscapes and the like, but Midjourney, if I remember right, was doing a lot more of the in-depth, cool interpretations, right?
Yeah, that one right there. Lelouch found it. It's so good. It does everything. Wow. I mean, you can just go join it and go look at some of the images that are created.
Are you being paid by Midjourney to talk about it?
I wish I was, because I mean, look at how many people they've got on it. 5.6 million members.
Yeah, 5.6 million people.
I mean,
on that
it's
Discord.
so much fun though, and you only get 10 free tries at it. And if you regenerate the same one you went and did, then that counts as one of those 10 free generations, if you want to call it that. So be careful with that. But it's a blast. I had a good time. We made all kinds of crazy Rick images. But anyway.
it makes good images. We're not gonna shout out that all for the rest of the episode. It's good and all.
Yep, yep.
Not Echoes related, but
Well, it
let's
is to make
simmer down a
memes.
little bit on the
Yeah.
Reddit as far as shit posting and slurring. I don't, everything else is still good, right? The propaganda, all that stuff is still fine.
It's a moving target too. Like what was once acceptable is no longer, which I think that's a sign of progress for society, but also
yeah.
frustrating.
Damon Zell had to moderate a post this week. That's how bad it was. Yeah. So there's that. I didn't want to beat too much into it, but some other shout outs that we got during this last week too that I want to give out. One Nut Hero wants to do some DR fleets with community members, and so what he had done is he created a channel, right, Crimson, called
Yeah,
O
it's
seven Realm. Is I wonder if that's the 07
it's a
or an
07 as far
07.
as I could tell.
07 Realm is the name of the channel, no password.
Oh,
you should
you're
be
talking
able
about
to
the
get in
in-game
there
channel. Yeah, I was like, where
Yeah.
are you guys going with this? What in the hell did I miss? And I'm looking around,
So it's
like,
for-
what? But yeah, no, now I remember what you're talking about. Yep.
Dormant
Yeah.
Realms.
So he wants to do Dormant Realms. Apparently he's part of a smaller corp and doesn't have the capabilities of doing that stuff. So there you go.
No, you
Nice.
can't team kill in Dormant Realms, JD.
Not anymore,
Yeah.
right? Not anymore.
Not anymore, no.
Yeah, they stopped that.
Which was hilarious. People posting things in help chat, and then yeah, that was
Yeah.
funny.
All right, and then another one people may have seen recently on the Echoes.mobi kill board is that Mario has implemented ads to the show. So for a small fee, he is allowing content creators and persons to post ads on the kill board. And so far, I've seen Equinox and then Echoes of New Eden. So I don't know if anybody else has done it yet.
There
But-
was some gambling thing on there. I don't know what it was because
Ooh.
I didn't see it, and so
okay, so-
one of the executors
I-
in Silent decided to boot the bot for a day.
Where can
Really?
folks-
Because I'm actually going to talk about that here soon. The operator, the owner of that Echoes Exchange, did tell me that he was posting up an ad on Echoes.mobi. But anyway, check
How do
that
you-
out. It's for people
How-
that want to do that. Throw up ads on Echoes.mobi. Just,
they just reach out
contact
to-
Mario. Yep,
Okay.
contact Mario, and he will work something out with you in one of their private channels.
Cool.
So that other ad that you've seen, Taylor, is Echoes Exchange. And so that is a similar platform. Eve Echoes, he's giving away raffles. He actually has a whole website. It's in beta right now. Had to clear my throat there for a second. Sorry. It's in beta right now, but he's gonna be giving away, like, he's gonna be doing raffles, all sorts of stuff on his website. I took a look at it. He gave me access for it to look at it, so it's pretty cool. It's in depth too. It's crazy. And then as well as on their Discord, you can do Texas Hold'em gambling, and so you can use ISK to transfer credits and then gamble with it if you choose to do so. So
Yeah.
that's different than Degenerate Gambling Club, because Degenerate Gambling Club had Discord bots, where
Mhm.
this is not. This is actually seems to be more reliable, because then ever since I've been promoting DGC, their bots have been broken, and I don't think anybody plays. So this is an alternative. If you think you're good at Texas Hold'em, give it a try. And everything is in real time too. So literally, we can have people like the three of us hosts, people in the audience. We can start up a round and play Texas Hold'em for ISK. Yeah.
That
So
sounds like fun.
actually, I can get a Discord link. I'll drop a Discord link of that in the on-air channel. Let me get to it here in a second. Yep, I'm gonna get to it. A Discord link is being made as we speak. I, for some reason, I didn't think about making one prior to the show, so here it is. Echoes Exchange, and it is approved by NetEase. He did run it by them. It does not use any RMT, so yep, it is approved by NE. So it's pretty cool. You can go check that out. I shared the Discord link, and I'm an admin over there, so I can actually give you credits. We're gonna come up with a promo code to use, so stay tuned for that. I'll be working that out with him, but we're gonna get some promo codes out to content creators and get people some free coins, free credits to gamble with and make some ISK. Right now, it's only Texas Hold'em, but I mean, who wants to play other poker games, right? Texas Hold'em's pretty bomb. I like it.
I want to bet on fights in game. I want to bet on like Eve Echoes fights and see how those go. Or maybe some sort of randomizer that simulates that,
Hey,
just to
you,
kind of carry things along. But
that's an idea. You want to run a sports book on it on Echoes Exchange? There you go.
that'd be dope.
He's open to ideas. So there you go. There's something for people to do to kill some time, play some poker, and wanted to give another shout out to the New Eden Black Market as well,
Mm-hmm.
and all the stuff that you can get on there. I'm gonna be buying 1 billion trit. So if anybody has 1 billion trit, I am purchasing it, and I prefer it to be in Detorid. Please, if anybody in Detorid has 1 billion trit, please sell it to me. No joke. This is a serious troll. It is a serious troll that's happening, by the way. So, um, so there's that. We'll give a shout out to Equinox Investments as well. He's killing it, as you can see. Equinox is out there promoting on the Echoes.mobi.
He's not
app.
forgotten, JD.
Durkadur.
We play the ad. We play the ad almost every week. Durkadur's ad, and love to
Yep.
play.
I played
It's a
it for
fun
like
ad.
6 weeks straight.
Yeah, it's a fun ad. Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah. The boys are doing good, he says.
Yep,
Good
yep,
deal.
yep.
Nice, especially with the new carrier stuff. I'm sure things are about to expand there.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then I wanted to give one last shout out to Darth Designs. I did play his commercial this episode, and I reached out to him. He's actually doing corp logos and posters and propaganda posters and all that type of stuff uh, for like 50% off or something like that right now for members of the Discord. I reached out to him. I had him make a corporation poster for my corp, and he did pretty well. The corp liked it, so it's pretty cool to have some custom artwork for your
Yeah.
corporation. He can do that.
And see, think about this for a minute. All the stuff we just went through, all these different things. This is all new stuff. This is all new content that's being generated, new ways of doing things that's being generated that's around the game. There's always things that get built around games sometimes, part of the community, right? But there's so much of this stuff happening right now. Granted, I realize there are fewer people playing the game right now than there were last year. I get that. And some of those people they're still playing, they're spread out in different areas. I get that, okay? And maybe they're not playing as often as they used to. I get all of that. But this game feels alive to me right now. Over the last month, even before the war started, there was just so many different things going on with all the new content ever since August. I don't know. Yeah, glass half full. I'm sorry. You just always I'm a glass half full kind of guy. The game just feels alive to me, and I'm having a blast. So anytime anybody says the game's dying and it's always dying, I'm like, you know what? I mean, that's your perspective, and that's fine. You're welcome to it. I just don't feel that way. I get that there's fewer players playing than there was a year ago, but to me that doesn't mean it's dying. I just feel like it's great. So, statistics over feelings. Yes, JD, I understand that. I get that.
It's a niche category, and you get what you put into it, right? Like
Yep,
if
you do.
if you actively attempt to pull people away from the game, people will leave the game with you. If you actively attempt to bring people into the game, you will probably bring more folks, hopefully in the long run. But there's peaks and valleys to every design uh, plan, right? Like there's the expected return of players when summer rolls around, and there's always a spike or lull depending on school schedules mainly, because a lot of free to play games are they're driven by youngsters. But this is it's kind of a high bar to get into Eve, and I want to see people lowering that bar. And if those people are NetEase, awesome. If those people are content creators, even better.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, so we're all about promoting these guys and their content stuff. It's good stuff, really is. I've used all this stuff, so I mean the Echoes.moe speaks for itself, right? It's like the official bot of New Eden right now, just killing it with that the war statistic updates and just how well that is doing. So good stuff. And shall we talk about the war? Dun dun dun.
Oh boy.
The war
Yes.
is continuing on, and I remember on last episode we were talking about the numbers, and what was it? I was saying that maybe it'll be double by this week. What happened? What are the numbers at now?
We can run the stats since you've got this thing all
Well,
over the place.
we
can
we
just
have
run it
we
right
have
here.
the SHH. Yep, we have the SHH versus Crabco statistics on our Discord here. I'm on the channel
I just
as of we speak. As of we speak, was this is live statistics? Where's the timestamp?
Awesome.
He moved it to the top.
10:04 p.m.
Yep.
Central
So
Standard
it's
Time,
accurate to the minute.
December 15th.
SHH is at 3.2 trillion ISK in damages. Crab Company is at 2.6 trillion ISK in damages. Chonks at 931 billion, and then that's it for those stats. But it was what, triple than it was last week? Holy crap!
It was like a
Yep,
1
that's
to 1.
worth-
Yeah, it's or something like that. It's gone up quite a bit. There's been a lot of fighting this last week.
In
Yeah.
U.S. dollars, that's worth 82,000.
Yeah, yeah.
What?
Yep.
$82,000 gone like that?
Yep.
Mhm.
If my calculator is doing its thing, that's $82,000 have been destroyed over the last couple weeks by those three factions alone. And that's not including anybody
Yeah.
outside the war either, right? Like, this is good. This is great for the game. I love that.
Yeah, these are only for these are only numbers for the corporations involved. So, SHH is just over 4,000 total kills compared to Crab Company, 4,227 kills. They have the ship breakdown here. Let's see here. SHH has killed 632 battleships, 825 battle cruisers, 589 cruisers, 271 destroyers, 1,498 frigates, and then there's a shuttle and capsules were uploaded for whatever reason.
Yeah, I don't get
Capital ships. SHH has killed 11 carriers, 3 dreadnoughts. They have a total of 16 capsular outposts destroyed, 1 corporation citadel destroyed, and no T2 or T3 citadels have been taken. For Crab Company, as far as ship destruction goes, they're at 562 battleships, 581 battle cruisers, 432 cruisers, 340 destroyers, 2,023 frigates, 2 shuttles, and a partridge in a pear tree. With capital ships, did you have a comment for that, Taylor?
all I was going to say is about 100 of those frigates that they've killed, that the Crab Company has killed, has probably been Joda over and over again.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
just keeps coming.
And it's not like people in his own fleet just give him ships. Like,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
reships
It's
so
just go, go,
quickly,
go, go, go.
It's
Yeah.
pointless. Yeah.
He's
Uh,
making moves. He's making waves.
Which, who was it? I was seeing something. Somebody really commented on Joda's fleet. It was recently. Oh shoot! But it was recently. Somebody was talking about. Maybe it was in my Corp Discord. They were talking about how fun his fleets are,
Oh, it's an absolute
and
blast.
just how insanely like crazy that they can be from all the movements and stuff. And
he
and
is
hearing
he
them
is
on
not
comms.
only the best Scepter FC in the game. It's not even close. Whoever the number 2 would be, it's just not even close. I mean,
Yeah,
just on. I don't care what metric you can come up with, whether it's fun, whether it's fast, whether it's the number of kills, how efficient. You come up with any metric you want to, and he's the best at it by far. Just not even close. It's just there's no way. So
I've made it my personal mission to stalk him as much as possible, and it takes me about 5 to 10 minutes to find his fleet anytime he hides the damn thing. So like
That's not hard, Crimson. It's not hard because the Crabco standings have him set red only, along with other FCs.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
the headshot thing.
So he's not hard to spot.
Yeah, he's not hard to spot. It's his
Headshotting's a
fleets.
tactic. I know people are pissed off about it. I know people think it's not right. Whatever. It's a tactic. Take out the FC. Okay.
Right. That's
Well,
There's a reason. There's a reason why I'm not on that list, and there's a reason why I don't get headshot. Is because they know if they keep me in there, I'm probably going to whelp the fucking fleet, so they don't headshot me.
Right. Well, so headshots occur throughout history as well. I mean, there are some famous kills that happened during World War II. P-38 shot down. I can't remember what the Japanese admiral's name was, but there was also, I think, Marshall after World War II ended up biting the big one. It's a legitimate strategy. That's why military ranks are usually not very gaudy like they used to be.
And in listening to Joda and his fleets, he knows that he's getting primaried basically on every engagement.
Oh yeah.
So you're actually the coalition is actually challenging him to get better in his fleets.
And that's a
Sure,
dangerous thing to do. That's a dangerous
You may
thing
kill
to
him,
do.
sure. He's just gonna reship. He's gonna be right back. They know this. I've been in a couple of his fleets this last week, and he knows it, right? And he acknowledges it. And guess what? He reships. He's right back where he belongs, doing destruction. So that's just the way that it is, right? There's always a workaround or something. And the whole headshotting and FC thing, I mean, there's a workaround around that. You don't have to be stupid to figure that out. But
right. I've seen Taylor, Rick. I've seen you making moves to adapt to that, and I think that's something that a lot more FCs need to do instead of complaining. Like flying, I think you had a nightmare when I was rocking the Rifter against you. I can't remember.
One of those times, yeah.
Yeah, one of those times, and more FCs need to start getting creative, start adapting. Counter frigate is something I want to see more of. I want to see. I know that Silent Side has used counter frigate to an extent. I've seen some of those small squads moving around and working in traps. I don't know. Crab Coalition has used plenty of counter frig. I haven't really been a part of it, so I don't know. I just see the enemy, right? My whole job within the coalition is to scout. I'd stalk y'all's fleets and call out where you are the whole time. But it's been interesting. Like this game has the game's changed. Fleet War seems to have changed.
Yeah, and you're right, Durkadur. This week, the counter frig from the Crab Coalition, or the Imitation Crab Coalition, definitely got better compared to the week before. So, but that's the fun part about fighting. Is you learn something every single time you do it. Every single time, right? And so
there's a counter and a remedy, and you have to counter the counter and remedy the remedy. Yeah,
and it never stops, and it just keeps going, and it makes everybody better. So that part's fun.
I want to continue on with the stats here. I never did finish.
Oh, sorry.
I was going down the Crab Company stats. In the capital ship category, they have 4 carrier kills, 2 dreadnought kills. As far as structures goes, they have really deployed on the structures. They have 42 capsuleer outposts destroyed, 2 corporation citadels destroyed, 20 citadels captured T2, and 11 T3 citadels captured. So there you go. They're definitely winning on the structure warfare, but I suppose there's a reason behind that, right?
That's probably to divide the forces over the long run, but I don't know. You tell us, Taylor.
What do you mean?
I I don't know. I expect Silent is letting them to a great extent. Which I mean, being a part of Crab Coalition, I'm stoked on the wins that we're getting. Like the numbers we're pulling in, awesome. However, what happens once we've claimed the North, right? What's the next step? There is no follow up there except for Silent
Right.
to come back in just a massive wave. And
I mean, are you going to live out of those citadels that you're taking? I don't
oh
think
no
so.
way.
Oh, and by the way, these are the most expensive citadels to date. To date, the Crabco has lost upwards of 300 billion in ISK value in ships just to take a citadel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be? And that's not even. I don't think eFICO is owned yet. Is eFICO owned?
Oh yeah. We took eFICO, I believe it was either Monday or Sunday. I know there was a hell march on Sunday. That was thank you. Your dictors were a pain in the neck.
That was fun.
Monday, I'm pretty sure was when we took
Right.
eFICO.
I was gonna throw in like defensive numbers too. It was like the original battle was 300B or 280 in losses, miscellaneous losses, whatever have you. No, the numbers are up there, right? So if you include the defensive operation too, to be able to have that repair, then there's of course more cost to the losses there as
Yeah.
well. But
So there
like
was
I said, the point being, these are the most expensive citadels ever in the game.
Yeah.
They are. And there
Are
was
they
a
worth
fight
it?
for who knows, we'll see. There was a fight for eFICO last Sunday. And Imitation Crab Coalition entosised it, but there has to be a second fight for that in order for them to keep it. Right now it doesn't mean anything.
Right.
Sure,
Yeah,
they
see, that
quote
was
unquote they've quote
that
unquote
was my
captured
question.
it, but they haven't actually won that reinforcement timer yet. So
Correct.
that comes up 7 days obviously after the first entosis. We'll see how that goes. And I
See,
don't
that's
know
what I was
where they
getting
got.
at.
I
Like,
don't know where
I
they
knew
got
they
the
took
name.
it.
I don't know where they got the name calling it Second Jita. Nobody's ever in their life up here in the north ever called it Second Jita. I don't understand where that came. They had to have some sort of rallying cry, some sort of thing to get everybody all excited to come up there and do this one thing, to get the max ping, whatever, cancel your life was the stuff going around to get everybody to form up for that. And whatever, it's what you got to do to rally the troops, doesn't matter to me. But no one's ever called it Second Jita. So then of course they renamed it Crab Jita. So that's the name of the citadel that's there now, and we'll see if they can hold it or not. Whatever, it is what it is. I
think
did
they'll be
notice
able
that
to.
they're
What you wanna bet?
changing. I did notice that some of these citadels that they're changing the names once they capture them. And some of those name changes are not to. And sorry for getting a little bit of feedback from my mic. I don't know why sometimes it does this. It goes away. Anyway, some of those names are changing them too are not exactly. I don't know if you kosher. I mean, I don't really care, but I know some people call them not
Yeah.
very kosher, but not very nice.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter.
That's another
So they're
thing
taking citadels and renaming them to lesser of a standard of a name. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I mean, whatever.
Yeah,
I mean, it's spoils of war, right? It doesn't bother me. I could care less. I just
Whatever.
know some people get upset over these things, but it's like Reddit, right? People get upset over Reddit. I don't get upset over Reddit. Yeah, and some people are calling it disrespectful, but I think it's more disrespectful that they call themselves the Crab Coalition when we already had the King of Crabs over in Red Sea than it is for them to rename a citadel as something funny. Whatever. So that's just my two. And I don't know anybody over in Red Sea, by the way. I don't. The only person who's Red Sea that I know is it's one FC that we have in silent right now, and that's the first person that I've ever
Well,
talked to ever.
Damon.
Well, I know Damon now because he moved over there, so I guess that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
So I know two people in Red
Maddie.
Sea. But I don't know.
Maddie
I don't
hasn't
know
called in
Maddie
Red
though.
Sea.
I know who Maddie is. I've never talked to him. So, but
You've heard of him. You are aware of Maddie.
I've heard. Yeah, I'm aware of Matt. Well, and I've heard
You
of Knox.
have heard of him.
I've heard of a lot of people in Red Sea, but I've never actually either played with them or talked with them or whatever. So that's what I'm getting at. So it is what it is.
They're good.
So-
they're good pilots. They've
Yeah,
caught my
yeah.
Synesis a couple times.
So there you go. There's the war stats of those. Considering it's 2.5 to 1, 2 to 1. outnumbered. It is what it is, right?
Yeah, yeah.
In
50%
the
of the
grand
server.
scheme of things, they have different strategic objectives. I think both forces are fighting past each other in a lot of ways.
What is the
Crab
strategic?
Coalition doesn't.
What is the strategic? I know what the strategic objective of Silent is, but
they
what's
want-
the strategic objective of the Imitation Crab Coalition? Like I've still
They
not.
want to pay for the highest amount of ISK possible for a Citadel
Okay,
that they'll
Well,
just give up.
we can help them with that.
Well, the Butcher's Bill
Or
is
destroy.
divested, right? It's split amongst the many different coalitions. They have a lot more industry bases that are feeding into that, so the money isn't as important to them as far as I'm aware. I don't have insight into other corporations, and I don't have insight.
God, I
into
hope
the
you're running the
coalition.
books. I hope you're running the books for them. I really hope you are. I mean,
Nope,
just please tell me you're
for the
also
same-
running the Intel network too.
Yeah, no, for the same reason that I don't step up very much for tuna outside of like supporting the dudes who actually do all the work and make all the magic happen. I'm not gonna step up for Crab Coalition and try and move because it's their war and we're kind of just a part of it, which is nice.
Whose war is it?
Are you part of it, or were you told? I mean, I'm just being honest because I don't know. Were you part of it, or were you told you had to be a part of it because you're renters from Burr? I'm just curious.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
that burr
we
rent went up.
we actually held a vote. We tried to determine whether we wanted to take part or not, and they gave us. I think they gave us the option. Yeah, we were given the option, and we took it because we need the combat practice.
Did
honestly.
Did they lower your rent in order? And say if you participate. I'm just curious about the how that works to rent space from somebody. I'm just curious. I've never done that. Never had to do that. Never will do that. So I'm just curious
It's not
what.
too different from taxes, honestly. What
Well,
the only difference between rent and
tax,
taxes is
what's the difference?
we don't have the obligation to go to war if we don't want to, which it's nice having the choice.
Huh. But did they lower your rent if you decided to do that or not? I'm just curious.
I don't know.
How's
We
your
haven't asked.
SRP work?
SRP, as far as I'm aware, I don't know. I don't use SRP, but as far as I'm aware, it's down to the corps and the alliances.
Pretty sure that's how GHA fell. But anyway, who am I to know?
Yeah.
The I had a point to that. Oh shit! Now I forgot it.
I wonder what the tax rate is for y'all.
We do want to
Like,
get
that's-
into
does that work?
if Damon's got a few minutes. We want to talk about the other war because the big server war isn't the only war, and there's a big war going on in Fountain as well. I know JD's been harping on this for the last ever since he got on probably. But
You mean there's other things happening other than the server war versus SHH?
there is, yeah. Well, of course there is. It's a
Holy
huge.
shit.
It's a big game. There's a lot of people in the game. A lot of things going on all over
What?
the map. Yep. There's actually something happening over in Fountain yet again, because Fountain
Is
is
this
just
almost news?
It's almost news. Yeah.
What's Ret C?
It's short for Agretsuko.
Okay, yeah. Did they want unmuted or what?
Damon, were you going to say a few words on it or what? Because we all know JD wants to say a few things, but I'm asking Damon first. Sorry, JD. If Damon wants, I think he said so before you. Fountain.
Damon, are you driving?
Maybe he
it
is.
may not be safe.
Yeah.
Pull over to a safe spot and talk to us.
That's funny.
Blink once if
He
you're in
ain't
danger.
typing.
No.
Yeah, he's probably busy. Well, shoot. What's going on with the
Did
Fountain
JD
War?
want to come on?
Yeah, of course he
Keep us
does.
in.
I'll
That'd be rad.
unmute him. He's not server muted, so he can unmute anytime and start talking. It looks like.
No, I think
Oh.
that's
Poor kiddo.
broken Discord.
Oh,
Whatever
is
the
it?
latest update on Discord. Yeah, you have to mute him and then unmute him,
Ah. There we go.
like right there.
I saw it,
see,
yeah.
Now he's
Not
unmuted.
100% sure what I'm supposed to be commenting on.
You said you wanted to
I
talk
have
about
no
Red
idea
Sea
either.
and the Fountain War, so here you are.
No. I want Damon to talk about it. I don't know jack shit.
I was wondering how,
Okay,
how you would know
Damon's
anything.
Oh,
right.
but
I'm
yeah.
sorry. I don't know anything. Sorry, Randall.
All good.
Okay.
All right,
You good?
Damon, you're up.
There we go.
You're up.
Hello. You guys got me?
Hello, caller.
Yep.
Yep.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome
Okay.
to Echoes of New Eden. I'm listening, caller.
Okay. Well, there's just some interesting things going on in Fountain. We have now launched the new fountain war against Boop for breaking the truce several months back, expanding their territory when the treaty explicitly said not to drop any more Sov, expanding the area. It started with a strike against their 5 citadels in Satyr constellation. We took the shields, and then we went back for armor, and we were just looking to take out armor, and we brought a cat fleet with us, and they retaliated by first docking or undocking and docking a Naglfar, and then while we were in the throes of taking the armor, they hot dropped about 9 caps on top of us. These 9 caps consisted of, I believe, 6 or 7 dreads and 2 or 3 carriers. They also had a battleship fleet of about, I'd say about 50. And we were giving them props because they had actual multiple backup sinos. So as soon as they signed into the one group, we were just popping covert ops left and right to make sure no other sinos were lit. At the end of the fight, we did take out their battleship fleet. They were able to evac several of the caps, but Red Sea did kill, I believe, 5 of their caps.
Yeah, I think that's what. Yeah, that's what I recall.
For a grand total of 282 billion ISK in that battle.
Jeez.
Now, the following day, or 2 days following that, Boop actually sounded the call to arms and came and attacked Ret C's shields. Not only with them, but they also brought Tikos with them, who did help them during that defense. But they also broke coalition forces away from the main objective by bringing in the Space Cows as well as EXDS to come help them set timers in Red Sea, because for some reason they believe that we were setting timers for silent. Now, they did come, they stripped their shields, so we were waiting for them the next day with a massive fleet. And they did not show up. I do believe this is one of the biggest standing fleets ready for a brawl. We were really hoping for a fight. Here you go.
Well,
in
they're
one
all up in
fleet
SHH
alone,
space.
Yeah, one fleet alone, we had 50 plus caps.
Yikes.
Echoes down
We
where
were
could
figuring
not
it was going to be.
extract the kill
we-
bait.
Yeah.
We were just expecting a really good big fight. But since they stood down, there's only been slight skirmishes and a lot of timers being set currently right now. But the war is moving forward in Fountain.
Yeah. Well, take it easy on my boys over there in Expo. They're good friends of mine and my corp, so don't kill them too often.
I'm just surprised who put out pings in the coalition server to come attack a lone corporation.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah,
Wonder
I was
what's
gonna
going
say
on
it's been a little bit of a back and forth for quite some time between Boop and Retsy. So
Is that a Fountain thing? Is this all in Fountain?
it's all in Fountain, yeah.
It's always in
Yeah.
Fountain. Is there a war in Fountain? Always. Something is happening in Fountain.
Valkos is actually on the record saying that he hates Ret C on a personal level. Hates them. He feels that
He's
we took
also very
advantage of
salty.
the real life. Yes, he is.
He mines salt. He's like the salt shaker.
Yeah.
It's a never-ending salt.
The salt mines.
The Fountain is the home of content, so.
Yep.
Yeah, true.
There's always
All right,
something going
then,
on there.
Taylor, did you want to talk more about what's going on as far as the SHH versus Crabco war?
No, I don't
I
think
think
there's
really
anything
just
else.
updated numbers. They're
Yeah.
killing it, and expensive structures. You know.
No, I
it's
don't.
still
I don't think there's
ongoing.
anything else. No.
Yeah.
I got a couple shout outs to folks on both sides. Sly Drummer and DB Seth, thanks for avenging Rowdy Prime. Lady Jang successfully defended a sit against me. She actually came in, or they actually came and responded. So good on them. I don't want to take another free shield. And then I know Sir Spotty did an awesome job on behalf of Starfish this week. So plus, like a lot of, I've seen a lot of the Tuna Bros stepping up, and I'm stoked on their performance overall.
Good.
Yeah, you gave a shout out to DB Seth. He's the CEO of Expo. Boop.
Nice. Yeah, he
So-
quick reaction there. He jumped on that Condor too, like it was nothing.
Yeah, shout out to him. He's a good player. Strong CEO there too. He really knows how to lead a corp. So good stuff. Yeah. And then dang it, I keep forgetting what I was gonna say. Oh, the Crimson. You're the only person I know that names their ships like pets. Has anybody else noticed that? Taylor, have you noticed that?
Notice what now? I'm sorry, I was reading
Uh,
something.
No, Crimson names his ships like as if like they were pets.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
Spot.
I've noticed he
Good
does
job.
that. I don't.
Yeah.
If you could name ships in game, I definitely would, but I don't ever think about naming ships. If you could, I would, but otherwise, I don't think about it.
Yeah, you don't really need the game's permission. Like I name the fits that I use, and that's kind of how I determine which fit or like which ship I'm flying. Because, so I treat the ships kind of more like aircraft than naval vessels. Like for naval vessels, a ship's name is a big deal, right? They break the bottle, and it's this whole christening ceremony and things like that. But these things are meant to be destroyed. They are disposable. So if it's a different fit, it's got a different name.
Yeah, I
is
mean,
the way to tell with those.
I guess the reason I don't name things is because when you name things, you form an attachment with it, and I just assume anything I'm flying, I'm going to lose. So I don't, whatever.
It's
There's a
the
reason
kind of
why.
card that doesn't
Yeah,
cost you
there's a
anything.
reason why Oracle 2 to me is a YOLO. Just throw it out there. Doctrines have names. I don't have ship names. That's just me.
All right. Good deal. All right. So the war rages on. What do you think the numbers are going to be next week by this time?
They could be double what
You
they
think
are
we're
now.
going to see a 5? Think we're going to see a 5 burger up there?
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure we'll be over 5.
Damn.
I think a similar
Jeepers.
trajectory, yeah.
Crazy amount of ISK being spent in this war.
It'll
Holy
be
crap.
it'll be double.
Unless some of the tactics change on either side. I think it's going to be like very similar to the trend line it's currently got.
Yeah, I mean it went up 2 over the last week. It'll easily go up 2 again, if not more. Like I said, I think it'll double.
It's like the crabs. I've seen the crabs get some really cool victories on the field, but it's not translating to the ISK, which is really frustrating to see. But it's also, a sign that what Silent is doing is working to a great extent.
Agreed.
It's interesting.
I hear people say that in fleet battles and warfare like this, that scepters don't count, and that's just the most ridiculous thing. I mean, it's just like, okay, whatever. I don't know where you come up with that. Last time I was in a scepter fleet, we put up 120 billion worth of kills, and so how does that not count? Someone explain to me. So
I know that's how
that's
Tuna
coming from
measures their victories.
and that's from the same people saying that there's no small ship content in this game. What are we? I mean, could you please just be more hypocritical and just say one thing one day because that's how you feel, and say one thing the next day because that's how you feel? Like,
well, that might be what they're doing, right? They just don't know,
They don't
might
know
be
any better.
purely gut reaction kind of thing. Like,
Yeah.
what do I feel like saying today? Instead of
I'm frustrated
thinking
because
about
we
it.
had a bunch of battleships and a bunch of scepters took out 2/3 of our fleet over the course of 4.5 hours, and so I'm mad. Like, it's called war. The ships are going to blow up. It doesn't matter how they blew up; they're going to blow up. And sometimes they blow up because of the game being stupid. Yesterday, Mottarella's fleet got handed to him, and it wasn't because Mottarella's not a great FC. It's because the damn thing was rubber banding all over the place. We had 6 different videos from 6 different people all showing the weird glitches. It was just horrible. And what the hell was that all about? So, but it happens though. It happens. Yeah, we need to tell the devs. You're correct, because that shouldn't happen to anybody. I don't want to see that happen on our side. I don't want to see that happen to the crabs either. I don't want to see that happen to anybody. I mean, regardless of how the fights are taken, who's got what, this, that, or the other, they need to be playable, right? There shouldn't be black screens. There shouldn't be, graphics flying with you for 3 jumps, and just all the weird shit going on with bubbles when the adaptive mode decides to turn itself on automatically after a patch update when you shouldn't use the adaptive mode because it screws things up. It screws the visuals up. Exactly. The game shouldn't determine who wins. The pilots should determine who wins. That's a very good point, Nessible. So, yeah.
The best way to mitigate that, though, right? Like, to cancel out black screens to a greater extent is to get more FCs moving more fleets to other systems, chasing more objectives.
I got no idea what you just said there, Crimson. I got no idea what you just said. Do you understand why 2 fleets end up coming together on grid?
Usually because someone moves that one extra step too far and then it collapses.
No, I mean every fleet that's formed has an objective.
Right.
And I know sometimes I get carried away with those objectives, and some of those guys in silent will know exactly what I mean when I say that. But every time a fleet is formed, there's an objective. Period. It's there to do something. Right? It's not just there to stand around and look pretty as a giant fleet, right? It's there to accomplish an objective. So 2 fleets going against each other are both trying to create or trying to get to one objective, and that is wiping the other fleet. So you can't say that more FCs just need to be moving around all over the place.
No, what I'm saying is you need more fleets and more objectives. You need to take the population from the overly stacked fleets, divide them, and chase other goals. Spread
God.
those pilots around.
That's not how it works. Do you have to do that because you think the game's not going to work? I don't understand.
Well, I think if you take black screens into account, right, it becomes a 50-50. I'd rather take a sure bet and claim territory where possible, and then force my opponent to react and move either half of their fleet to at cancel 1, or maneuver to encircle or trap one of the others.
You're an FC for Crabco, right?
No.
Damn. Okay.
I'm strictly a scout.
Not yet.
I just watch.
They're promoting within.
I know that sort of strategic planning is difficult and would take coordination, but it's not impossible. The most basic strategy is to have 3 fronts, 1 in the center, and then 2 wings. Behind the front in the center, you would have your support, your logistic, your backup, your interceptors to swoop in like cavalry.
And then
depending on the map and the layout, you move the wings to encircle the territory that you're looking to take.
What's the other game that Benzie covers? Infinite Lagrange. You've been playing that game lately or something? Because this doesn't sound like Eve Echoes.
It is, though. That's really all Eve Echoes is a war game played out in a 3D space. And even that 3D space is fairly linear. It's fairly flat. So to give an example, Tuna got attacked earlier this week, and it was a dude that we managed to get intel on. We had scouts in the system, and we saw him coming for the second attack. He came down the pipe one specific way, and we saw him coming, so we set up a fleet to meet him. And props to that FC, whoever that was, they adapted and tried to go around our defensive position. Well, we saw that coming and then managed to outmaneuver him because the jump from the gate that he didn't want to go through compared to the other jump is significantly longer. The other jump is significantly longer, and the one that we took was short. And then also one of his dictors kind of threw him under the bus. So to be fair, it wasn't a fight that we called the win for, but it's one that we met well and won in terms of ISK. We were ISK positive. We lost 10 and fleet wiped him. He lost 26. And that's a concentration of force, yes, but maneuver comes into it. If you have multiple wings and scouts on those wings with actual forces to delay, like an interdictor, or a fleet of interceptors to pick off stragglers, it draws it out and allows the other wing to swoop in and kill. the main body can move forward and cause a full route, kind of like we did on Monday when we managed to get that hero bubble and peel off half of a silent fleet. Like there's a lot of parts that go into it, and things that can be done with good coordination between FCs. And we need more FCs, just period, in the game, because with FCs comes content.
Well, at that point, I can agree with you. There does need to be more FCs. That's for sure. All the way around, everybody. More FCs for sure.
I asked in chat who the Crabco FCs were, and I got no reply. So I don't know if nobody knows.
Oh, I can tell you exactly who they are. Do you want to know? I'll type. I'll ping
I
them.
don't. Are they people that I've heard?
I'll ping them right here. Let's see. There's this one. There's this one.
You don't have to ping them.
There's this one. Well, I mean, you want to know what their names are? It's no easier way. I don't think. Yep, there he is. He's there. There's that one. Let's see.
Crimson, have you met my my
three.
good friends Hetch and Dex?
I think I've run into them. I don't know if I've.
Well,
talked
you would
to them.
know. You would know. Yeah.
Okay. What about them?
Oh, just curious if you've met them.
They are one man, two man, however you want to call it, wrecking crews.
I've had to defend against him, so it's not unknown. Yeah, wrecking crew.
Yeah, they are, and they used to be wrecking crews in our area too before this.
Well,
Hayes specifically.
his corp got second place on the Citadel destruction leaderboard.
Nice.
Behind
So they know
Dead.
what they're doing.
Hayes, oh yeah,
but
Hayes knows what they're doing.
it's a corp, but he's only like, it's only a corp of like 5 dudes,
Yeah, yeah.
and he came in second place to Dead, an entire corp of however many.
That's
So-
epic. That's the kind of specialization like that impresses folks. That's awesome.
I love that meme. That's hilarious. But you could literally stick
All
a
right.
whole bunch of different things on that meme and still damn funny.
Das Gut. There you go. See, Crimson? Damon Zell posted a kill
Yep,
mill
and he did
Hatch
lose a
and
carrier.
Dex.
He did. Stony
Nice.
has, yep, that's right. That's another one. Stony Sluts from TSC is another head FC. I pinged Ozier, Santiago, and Immortals Rage. Those are all
Okay.
FCs that we've seen.
Oh,
Stony is another
we've
one.
even had them on the show.
And we've
Okay.
even had him on the show, yeah. So we could ping them all. I don't know if Stony has Stony been on the show. I'm pretty sure he has.
No.
I don't think. Maybe not.
No,
Nope. He's.
I think he denied me a long time ago
Can't
during
ping
the
him.
Pantheon days
Yeah.
because they thought we were hating on him or doing false. something or
Nah,
other,
Stony, you
and
should come
so-
on and talk. Who was
I'm
it that was? I think it was Ozier. I think it was. Oh, Ozier, if you're still here, buddy, especially after I pinged you, you need. If you're not going to do it, I'm going to do it. You need to share. After our fight the other night, you sent me the best meme, and I lost. Whatever. You know, it is what it is. You're going to win and lose, right? This is awesome. Look at this. This is what he sent me right after the fight, and I lost to him. It is effing hilarious. I laugh so hard.
Be like Tay, put on your red lipstick and slay. Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
and poor Cleo, she died. She died in that fight because she was Logi Anchor JD. So I felt so bad, but you know, it happens. You can't learn to be a better FC by not dying. Okay, you're gonna have to lose some fights sometimes. As much as it hurts, you're gonna have to lose some fights sometimes. It's the same thing with PvP, right? You can't get better at PvP without flying and dying. That's just the way it is. You can talk through it all you want. You can look at everybody else's videos all you want. You can do all those things you want, but until you've actually done it. Yeah, I am doing my part, doing the dying part, JD. I know.
Yep.
But
That's just
Hey, I don't
when
think
does the flying part start?
Has anybody collected on our bounties?
No, I don't think so. I've died a few times, and no one's. I don't think so.
I
mean, if they
haven't-
have. I haven't seen it.
I hadn't died in that ship class since the bounty was put on me, so at least I got that going for me.
Yeah.
nice. I don't know. It's true though. Like even throughout history, not necessarily the generals that died, but there were a lot of major leaders who went on to become like total bosses on the battlefield who had very many early losses. Washington was one, like especially early on. He was just a scout and an outrider. It wasn't until way later, and even during the revolution, like the Revolutionary War, he had some losses early on. It's through loss that lessons are learned.
I don't think so, JD. Maybe I have to lose an awful lot. I don't know. We'll see. Before I get good. Before I get good.
All right. Yeah, get good. Where's my sound effects?
I want to see this game's limits. I want to see some like World War II parallels. The strategy's starting to get there. We're starting to see some operations that mirror fleet operations during World War I and World War II. Closer to World War II.
Let me ask you this: does Crabco have this?
Boom, roasted.
Huh? Do they have
Nope.
this?
Boom, roasted.
Hey, let's get into Jeopardy. War is cool and all, and we'll see another week of it, and we'll report on it next week as well. But let's get Jeopardy rolling. It's going to be the final episode. For those that are watching on YouTube, you can click off it now and watch somebody else's music video or whatever else.
That's what
that you
happens. That's
watch.
what happens on YouTube. It's funny. You look at the metrics, and it's like as soon as the game starts, like the YouTube watches just poof, you go right through the floor. It's
They
funny,
click off it.
which is hysterical because it's the funnest part, in my opinion. Well, maybe not the funnest part, but it's a blast.
These Jeopardy games that Crimson's been putting together have been really unique. They're clever. They've been great. They actually, yeah, they're better questions than what I can come up with. I have zero creativity when it comes to that. So
They're good. They are good. So
if people want to X up, this is going to be the final Jeopardy, and Crimson, we're giving away a billion ISK once again for the winners. Last week we had a first time in history triple, like three-way tie.
yep.
I've never seen that
And
before. That was nuts.
yeah, that was pretty insane. And so we got Prince Murov Xing up.
All right. So
gonna
Prince
play.
Murov, you'll be player number 1.
Hey, we got a new player here, Soche. He wants to play. We'll get him in here.
Yeah.
How spell?
And Lelouch is being annoying about it. If there's anybody else besides Lelouch.
Yeah. Lelouch has been on all of these, man. Let's get some new blood in.
What? Not mean. We're giving it to some new player. Give them a chance. Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta give somebody a chance.
nobody
you
else
won
wants to do
you
it.
won $1 billion, Lelouch. Come on, man.
This is his main
Yeah, I
income at
swear.
this point.
Exactly.
I've given Care Bears like guns so much freaking ISK.
You have,
It's
yeah.
no wonder they have capitals.
Yep. FC trigger.
Yeah. All right. Nobody else is wanting to play, so Lelouch.
Queen of the Damned.
Do
Do you know who that
are these
is,
guys
Crimson?
already unmuted?
I assume in a laundry alt.
Yep. Well, just her tag.
I'm
I
Prince
guess.
unmuted.
Murov.
Sprints.
There you go.
So who is
Yep.
it? Is it Lelouch? Is it?
Yeah, I'm going through and unmuting because you guys didn't.
Oh, I'm
Soche,
sorry. I
I'm
was
gonna
looking at the
be
board.
unmuting you. Soche is unmuted. Please do a mic check.
Yeah, but who is player 3?
Lelouch.
Okay. Lelouch.
Okay, Lelouch, you're up.
All right, we're gonna do this round robin style. It's just gonna rotate. If you pick the question, you get the opportunity to answer or pass. This is how it's gonna work. Moving on. Any questions?
Nope.
No.
Cool.
No.
Same kind of
Lelouch
price.
isn't talking. Should we have a laundry on instead?
Yes.
People are wanting a laundry on. Okay.
Yeah, sure. That'll be
Sorry,
fine.
Lelouch. I'm kicking you out. All right, Alondra. I'm going to unmute you. I have to find you. Sorry.
Well, you weren't talking,
Here
Lelouch.
you go.
Sorry.
All right. People say, fuck Lelouch.
Hello.
Jeez.
What's going
Whoa.
on, Alondra? Thank you for
Hey.
coming on.
Oh, no problem.
And Soche, did you ever... How do you pronounce your name, first of all?
Soch.
Soch. Okay. Soch.
Yeah.
And so we have Alondra, Soch, and Prince Murov on this week's episode of on this final round of Jeopardy. So, the contestants, if you could please watch Crimson King's live feed. It's at the top of the channel here, and he will go over the rules and how we're gonna do things, and we'll get this game started.
All right. So just to go over the categories real quick, grand strategy, not directly related to Eve Echoes, but there are a lot of concepts that apply. Four-letter words is a classic. That's pretty much all Eve Echoes. Puns and ammo, talking about weapons. What the ship? I show you a picture of a ship. You tell me what ship it is. Boom, headshot. Looking at the FCs that are out in the field and who they might be.
Question: do they need a microscope to see these images of the ships that you're gonna post this time?
No,
Yeah, I was
I,
about to
I,
ask.
I took the feedback from last time. These are some glamour shots of ships that I was trying to fly. I tried to get some ships from one of the silent fleets, but the dang guys moved off before I was able to get a picture of the guys who volunteered. Some really good nanos on the silent side, and definitely some good nanos on both sides. But yeah, this time they should actually be a lot more visible. Who wants to go first?
I'll go. Prince.
Prince? All right, Prince. What's it going to be?
With the ship for 500.
What the ship for 500? What the ship?
That is the purifier. What is a purifier?
What is a purifier is correct. Well done. This originally it was going to be a maelstrom that had a really cool like cherry popsicle kind of thing going on with what looked like tribal bits on the front, but unfortunately Waylander flew off before I could snap the
What
shot.
is it? Hey, what was that?
That was
Go back to that. What is he saying? Is Khan talking shit?
No, Khan says hi.
Tell Rambo I say hi.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. I thought that'd be a nice little nod.
What's up, Khan?
All right. So, shit. Prince got that. Nice. On to Soch. Soch, what's it going to be?
4-letter words for 300.
4-letter words for 300. A goose's beak or the tab at a butcher's. Now you can answer it or you can pass.
Pass.
Pass. Elandria. A goose's beak or the tab at a butcher's. Remember the category is 4-letter words.
Is it Bill?
Bill is correct. What is Bill?
Very nice. For some reason, I was thinking honk. Honestly, I don't.
Yeah, that was
Just thinking.
yeah,
I think
that was a
trick
close.
question.
Little bit, but it's your choice. What would you like to pick, Elandria?
Who are you
Sorry.
saying that
With,
for?
Whoa.
Sorry.
What the ship for 400, please?
What the ship for 400 is one of the daily doubles. I wish those words were bigger.
You got the images bigger and the words smaller.
Yep, it's well, the words are the same size. They just look smaller compared, I guess. I don't know, or maybe they're not.
It's
Um,
been a
how much are you
while
gonna?
since I watched Jeopardy. I have 3, so I guess all I can risk is 300. Is it?
Yep, what you gonna bet? Yeah,
300.
bet it all. All right, what the ship for 400?
What the?
What's your guess? It was the best ship in the game, and unfortunately, you did not get it. Prince Murav, would you like to take a step?
I didn't hear
what is-
her. I don't know. I don't know what she said. If
Wait,
she did
sorry,
say
go on.
anything, I didn't hear it.
I pass.
Oh, you
Okay.
pass?
I got it. Yeah, because I
Okay.
honestly, that doesn't look like a ship to me. I don't know.
All right, Murav, it's to you.
What is friendship?
Friendship is the correct answer.
Yes. I wish I knew what that was. I'd love to fly that thing, but I don't know how much it costs.
I've heard stories, tales.
Costs your
It's
soul.
your choice, actually. Your question, Prince.
What the ship for 300?
What the ship for 300? What the ship?
What is the enforcer? The prototype.
Correct. That is an enforcer prototype.
Oh, that would have been a nasty picture to choose from, the bottom one.
Yeah. All right. So you're up.
Pretty sure that was BKG.
Just a little
Puns and
bit.
ammo 300.
Puns and ammo for 300. Not to draw this out for too long, but these mini ships are quicker than many give them credit for.
Pass.
Alondria, it's to you.
Can I
Hey.
pass?
I think you can pass as well, if you
Okay.
want. Do you pass?
I pass.
Prince, you're up.
I pass. I can't think of it.
I'm going to say, Soch, you have to give an answer at this point. Everybody's passed. Cockroach poker rules. What are you going to guess?
Fighter.
Say again?
What is fighter?
Fighter is incorrect. Correct answer is, what are drones? To draw
Yeah,
it
that
too
was my
long,
guess.
a long droning mini ships.
Oh yeah.
I believe Alondria, you were up.
Let's go with boom headshot for 100.
This famous fleet commander takes his name from a Middle Eastern condiment made from toasted ground-hulled sesame.
Who is tahini?
That is correct. Tahini is delicious too. Love that stuff. Prince Mirav, you're up.
What the ship for 200, please?
What the ship for 200? That is the other daily double.
Ooh.
Yeah, how much you gonna bet?
Bet it all, please.
Bet it all. 1,200 on the line. What the ship?
Oh, what is a rifter?
That is correct.
Damn, too easy.
Dang.
Thanks, bro.
I should have made that one harder.
I got the extra mid slot on that thing. I'm so excited about it.
Jealous. I miss mid slots. So you're up.
4-letter words for 400.
4-letter words for 400. First name of the Greedy One from the Light of the Ember Sea event, and Garfield's best friend.
What is John?
John is correct. On the board. There we go. Nice. Alondria, your question.
Let's take grand strategy for 200, please.
Grand strategy for 200. The largest ship in most modern real-world fleets after aircraft carriers and amphibious assault ships. They are generally viewed as the most flexible class of warships and take their name from their tour range and speed.
What are cruisers?
Cruisers is the correct answer.
I was gonna say battle cruiser.
Yeah, no,
Thing I'm not
cruisers.
playing.
Cruisers carry the day at the moment. Prince Mirav, you were up.
Grand strategy for 500, please.
Grand strategy for 500. This system of politics or principles is based on practicality rather than moral or ideological considerations.
I'll pass.
Soch, same question. This system of politics or principles is based on practicality rather than moral or ideological considerations.
What is meritocracy?
Meritocracy is incorrect, unfortunately. Alondria, it's to you.
Pass.
Prince Mirav, I need an answer.
What is philosophy? I don't know.
Philosophy is incorrect. The correct answer is realpolitik. What is realpolitik?
Like, who would have
Oh my
known
God,
that?
I should know that. I'm Swedish, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm not playing. I'd be negative 2,400.
I'm sorry. Soch, I believe you're up. Or was the last one Soch? No, Murav passed the first time and it came back
Murav
around.
was, yeah,
Yeah.
Murav was the last one.
Soch.
Puns and ammo 400.
Puns and ammo for 100 or 400?
400.
400 heard. Last chance before going overboard. These weapons lob superheated plasmified death along a mobile track.
Where is railgun?
Railgun is correct. Nope, I should probably show that it's correct. Yes. What are railguns? Nailed it. Alondria, it's to you.
Let's go with puns and ammo for 500, please.
Puns and ammo for 500. On principle or general law, these weapons fire self-contained munitions.
What are missiles?
Missiles is incorrect.
Oh, damn.
Murav, it's to you.
What? I'll pass.
Soch, your opportunity. Pass? All right. Alondria got it wrong the first time around, so I'm just going to reveal the answer on this one. Correct answer is, what are cannons? Cannon law versus bullets, rounds, shells, self-contained munitions. Prince Murav, you're up.
We'll do what the ship for 100, please. Finish it out.
What the ship for 100? What the ship?
What is the nearest? I can't tell which one, though.
Unfortunately, that's incorrect. Soch, it's to you.
What is the nearest to?
Nope, it's not an Iris. It's not a part of the near. Well, kind of, but it's got a different name. Alondria? Pass? What was that?
Correct. Pass.
Okay. It's a Cryos.
Ah.
Yeah.
Trick question.
Yep. The Nereus actually has the thrusters on the back end, doesn't have a tail.
All right.
Soch, I believe you're up.
Yeah, Soch.
Boom headshot for 300.
Boom, headshot for 300. The host on this show most likely to pilot a Nightmare, Interdictor, or Portal gun.
Who is Taylor Rick?
Taylor Rick is the correct answer.
I'm glad I'm no FC.
Alondria, you're up.
Let's go with 4-letter words for 200.
4-letter words for 200. To silence, shush, or otherwise quiet with urgency, there is a band that goes by the name The Blank Sound.
Pass.
Prince?
I'll pass.
Soch?
What is the whisper sound? I have no idea.
Unfortunately, nope. That is incorrect.
4 letters. It's got to be
4-letter
4
words.
Oh, yeah.
4-letter words.
I
Alondria,
think
it's
I
to you.
actually know it.
Rambo, your guess?
Hush.
Hush is correct. Had it on the board too. I was trying to be cheeky.
Right.
No,
Yeah.
it feels unfair.
The hush sound. I believe Prince, you're up.
Do grand strategy for 300, please.
Grand strategy for 300. The name in English of the Go-Rin no Sho by Miyamoto Musashi.
What is the art of war?
That is incorrect. Soch.
Pass.
Alondria.
Book of Five Rings?
That is correct.
What is the Book of Five Rings?
Yep.
What?
What is the
I
book?
would have
of
never
Five
guessed
Rings?
that.
You can
I'm
find it
sitting here
on,
like questioning this.
yeah, it's on YouTube. I don't.
That actually came up on being in a discussion the other day.
That's exactly where the question came from, actually. Shoot.
I
That
could
was
ask questions about that, but I also don't want to know.
Soch. I believe it's your call.
A grand strategy for 400.
Grand strategy for 400. This famous Chinese general wrote The Art of War.
Who is Sun Tzu?
Sun Tzu is the correct answer. It's only about an hour long on YouTube too. So 2 awesome books free out there, ready for listening. Alondria, I believe you're up.
Let's do boom headshot for 400.
Boom, headshot for 400. Do not peek behind the Crab Coalition's curtain, or you might stumble across Dorothy's Wizard of Blank if you're lucky.
What is Ozier?
Ozier is correct. Prince, you're up.
Do grand strategy for 100, please.
Grand strategy for 100. This word, meaning to jut out, shares an etymological root with the word assailant, and is often used to describe the shape of an enemy body taking territory.
What is a bulge?
Unfortunately, bulge does not share an etymological root with assailant. But that is another term for taking territory, pushing in. So close. Soch.
Pass.
Alondria.
Gosh. Yeah, I'm not sure. Pass.
Taylor Rick is hot miking.
Oh, I am sorry.
Any guesses from the hosts?
Oh, I have no idea.
Yeah. The correct answer is assailant.
Salient.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's kind of the scenario that's going on at the moment.
Assimilate.
All right. Soch, are you up? Yes, Soch is up.
4-letter words for 500.
4-letter words for 500. Coined by Richard Dawkins, this typically humorous image or idea makes great propaganda.
Pass.
Alondria.
Pass.
Prince.
Yes, it's what is meme? What is meme?
Meme is
M-E-M-E.
correct.
Yes.
I believe it's pronounced Mimi. What is a Mimi? All right.
Mimi.
Alondria, you're up.
Let's go with puns and ammo for 200, please.
Puns and ammo for 200. Winner of Miss Mrs. Small Fast Craft 12 months running, these self-contained packages have explosive destinations.
Pass.
Pass, Prince.
What are missiles?
Missiles is correct.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Yeah. Prince, you're up.
Puns and ammo for 100, please.
Puns and ammo for 100. In lazy language, light condensed to a harmful degree.
What is a laser?
Laser is correct. All right. Soch, you're up.
4-letter words for 100.
4-letter words for 100. Decapodic crustacean.
What the?
Pass.
Pass. Alondria, what is a decapodic crustacean?
The crab.
Crab is correct. Alondria, you have the last question. The next one after that is going to be Final Jeopardy.
Well, let's take boom headshot for 500.
Boom, headshot, 500. This high-speed terror often leads silence interceptor squadrons, and got his name from George Lucas's pet Mystic.
Yoda.
Master Yoda is correct. All right. So we come to this. Boom, headshot for 200 is the Final Jeopardy. Now I want. Yeah, he's deadly. I want each of you to send me how much you're going to bet. DM me what you're betting. You can find my name in the top of the studio thing. Just right click it. Send me a private message saying how much you're betting on this final question. Okay, I've got 1. right, the bets are in. Now send me your answers to the question you haven't seen yet. This annoying scout takes his name from Stephen King's Dark Tower series and is an odd fixation on the Rifter. Please send me your answers. I've got one answer so far.
Don't we get 30 seconds?
I
Oh gosh, dang it.
I don't know. Do you get 30 seconds or do you get 15 seconds? I don't know.
I've got two answers. Going once. Going twice. Oh, I see typing. Okay. All right. I've got three answers. Let's go down the line. How much did you bet, Alondria? You bet 1,100, and you put down who is Tama. Unfortunately, that is incorrect. Which brings you down to 100. Soch, you bet
400.
400. And your answer was Crimson King. But you spelled it wrong. So we're going to go with, I'm going to give it to you this time. Prince.
No, it's always spelt wrong, so give him the points.
Yeah, I was gonna say
that's fair.
you don't even spell it right sometimes.
Prince, how much did you bet? You bet 300. And your guess was Augie Augie Oi Oi. Unfortunately, Augie Augie Oi Oi is not the correct answer this time. The correct answer is Crimson King. So, final score.
He misspelled it. He misspelled it right there.
Even himself.
Final score is 1,900 for Prince Mirov, 800 for Soch, and 100 for Alondria. Prince Mirov wins 750 million ISK, Soch wins 250 million ISK, and Alondria is the runner-up. Please DM Rambo for your prizes. Hopefully y'all had a good time. Thank you for participating. Thanks for joining me on here. It was a lot of fun. I'm stoked to be moving to the next game. Honestly, this has been a lot of work. You'll notice
your
help with
brain has to
billionaire
melt at
questions?
some point, right? I mean,
Yeah,
all these
I'll be helping
questions.
with.
I said with all these questions, your brain has to melt at some point trying to come up with these every week.
Yeah.
It's hard.
I mean, when we did Billionaire, it was 6 weeks of that, and not only one game but 2 games per week, and so I was like desperate for new questions. I was like, damn it, I need help.
Yeah, I'll definitely be. Billionaire is going to be a lot easier to help with.
My computer is running out of storage. We better wrap this up.
Uh-oh. All right. Nope.
Stick another floppy drive in there.
That's all she wrote.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for playing Jeopardy. And the first and second place winners, please DM me. I'll give you the contact info for the ISK winnings. And we will call it a show at that. So thank you, everybody, for joining us live here on Discord. And we will give our shout out to the other content creators out there doing work for the communities. So as usual, we'll give the shout outs to Captain Benzie and Damon Zell, Chicken, Mario, Taylor Rick, Crimson King. Who am I missing?
There's a lot of new content creators. Silver Bucket,
Silver Bucket, yeah.
Yeah, there's a ton
Virtual
out there.
PG.
Yeah, Virtual's good. Achieved.
Achieved. Yeah, there's a lot there.
Yeah, I just need to make a list one of these days. Shout out to New Eden Radio, Mackenzie and her crew do their show.
And Alondria. Alondria's on there. Yep.
Yep, Alondria. And just everybody else, doing things for the community, websites, bots, what have you.
Oh, you got to be
shout
kidding
out to
me.
those people.
We just got a ping. Is it up? There's the Q&A for this week.
Hold up. Nobody go anywhere. We're doing Q&A. I'm joking. I'm joking.
We're gonna speed run it. Let's do a short for
Run
it.
it. Yeah, do a short. There you go.
We'll pick a time sometime this weekend or over the next week, and let's do that. I don't know. We'll figure
All
something
right.
out.
Everybody, watch for the short here soon. of the latest Q&A. It's funny, just released
That's
right at the end of
hilarious.
the show.
That's hilarious.
Anywho, thank you everybody for joining us, and we'll see you out there in space, 07.